Hello, everybody. I'm live on YouTube right here, and I'm live on Instagram right here. I am having my second cup of coffee today. Anyway, I thought I would log on and just do my makeup and see what we talk about. Nothing like really complicated or anything here, right? All right, so I am going to put on my what I call my primer stage. Hi, wheelchair girl. You are the first one. Hello. Hope you're having a great day. Hi, Amy. I'm having a great day. It's Tracy, and it's Demetsker 88. You guys will probably see me a lot or more in the next 2 weeks because I took a 2-week leave of absence from work. They don't really need me, do they? Well, hi, Ginger. It's after Christmas. It's like I work at Amazon, as some of you know, and that is our peak season, and it's absolutely horrible. And I decided, you know what? I made a lot of extra money during the holidays, and because of that, my bank account is okay, and I'm just going to take some time off. I'm like one of these people that as soon as I gain enough vacation hours, I just use them. And I never build them all and put them together for to go out somewhere I don't have the money to go anywhere anyway, so I just stay home. But I like to stay home. Sometimes staying home is a great vacation from work. So, hi. My favorite new primer is First Aid Beauty Coconut Primer. Really? I will have to investigate. You know, funny thing is, I'm not much of a big makeup shopper or researcher. I mean, I guess I will, like, if I'm watching a tutorial online, you know, and if I then go accidentally see it in a store, I might buy it, but I don't know. I'm not much of a makeup brand experimenter, even though I totally see the benefit of it, and I should be, because anytime I've gotten, I got this Makeup Revolution palette. You know, people always say, oh, better makeup, it's better. And I'd say, yeah, right, it's just makeup, but it is. So I understand there are some things that are good that, you know, is worth buying. Is that the Max Factor? It is. It's very similar to it. It's just like it. And I get this brush, swirl it around, and I just paint this on my face, and I call it my primer. But it's also, you know, conceals like freckles. I have a lot of freckles. Age spots. I'm getting age spots because I'm ancient. And I got a mirror right here. I gotta look at. I mean, this stage of my makeup, I put off kind of sloppily. I don't really care. I mean, I do try to cover everything. But isn't tonight another Trump rally? I think it is. I love watching those. I mean, I'll admit, I mean, while I am, you know, a supporter and all that, the rallies can get repetitive, which I understand. I mean, concerts that go from state to state, city to city are the exact same show. So I understand the point, you know. You can't expect a political rally to, you know, change and be fresh every time they do it. Hi, Cyruston K. Borg. How are you? I like your stuff and I like your comments. Yeah, you're right. It gives me a nice canvas. It does. It just makes it all one color. Then you can go and add all the shades and things that you want to add. I haven't worn makeup for a couple weeks. Baby, is me tired? Oh, that's right. The baby is making you tired. Well, you don't need makeup. I mean, you already got knocked out. You don't need no makeup. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, I put on the other colors on top of it. I bought a couple more since I did this last time. I bought this really, really dark contour color. I'm not going to do it today because this kind of really warms up my skin, and I think it suits me best for when I wear brown hair. But I haven't worn my blonde hair in a while, so I'm gonna do something for blonde hair. So I'll tend to be more pinks and things like that rather than the I've been doing kind of like dark and dark brown and stuff. I've been having Sophie do my makeup when I go out. I just can't get it right. She gets pissed. She tells me to learn how to do. Tracy, that is like, are you sure you're just not lazy? I think you do great makeup, like, and you always have. You and your sister, to me, you guys wore makeup really early too in your years. I remember that too. I think you do good makeup. What is she talking about? Or is she saying, and I did this to my mom, Tracy. One day I saw my mom and she was wearing like a really, like, I don't know, she was wearing a black eyebrow pencil. I go, Mom, what are you doing? You're 71. You're wearing a jet black eye pencil. What the hell are you doing? Your hair is gray, a mix of gray, blonde, and a brown, like a golden brown. Why are you wearing a black eyebrow pencil? She goes, I don't know. I just put it on. I'm like, well, it's wrong. So I got her a brown one. It looked a lot better. But it was funny. The first thing I looked at her, I went to her job just to see how she's doing. I go to her job and she sticks her head out the window. I go, what are you doing with that black on your eyebrow? What are sons for, Okay. I also bought this little white highlighter. I usually use like the little clown white, like Halloween stuff. So I decided to get like a real stage makeup. Okay. Wheelchair girl. Oh, you're dead. Wheelchair girl, is your ex going to get in trouble? Like, is it going to go any further than what you found? She contours my face really good and puts, oh, yeah, I can totally tell. Yeah, eyelashes, once you get a certain age, Tracy, eyelashes really help. And you know what? And just from me doing my makeup, contouring is like, if a woman can perfect anything, contouring would be the thing to perfect because it gives you the shape of your face. I mean, it got good contour is everything as far as I'm concerned with makeup. In fact, even as a drag queen, you're a man. If you can carve your face into the shape of a woman's, even if you don't have a good makeup on, you've won half the battle because the idea is to form your face into that shape. Right? She tells me all the time I need lashes. Tracy, have you ever tried the eyelash extensions? I know a lot of girls who get that done and they look really good until they start falling off. Then, but it's almost like they don't care. They'll let them fall out. So they'll have like 3 eyelashes here and 1 here, and they're still looking at you talking. And you're like, honey, you do realize that you only have a couple eyelashes left. And are we supposed to pretend that that's not happening? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's mean. It's just realistic. I think it's realistic. Okay, so let me put on my dark shade. I have found out that if I put on a dark shade first, now this is darker than my skin, but then what I do is I go over with highlighters, and then where they blend, it creates a new color, and it looks really good. I don't know. He was very abusive. He beat me constantly. He pulled his gun on me several times, and the FBI has notes on this. So if anything, he will go to get a charge for that. Well, that's good. A good contour. Yeah, it will. It will take 10 to 20 pounds off your face and make you younger completely. Yeah. A lot of older people, and when I mean older, I mean like 35 and older. You got to you lose like that youthful glow. You lose the youthful glow in your face. I'm finding that out as I get older. I'm 50 now. My skin is dulling. You start, and highlighting in the right areas and stuff will give you that dewy, happy, energetic, fresh look. All right. The darker color I'm going to put really in the areas that I don't want to stand out. if you put like something right here, you'll feel like your bone, then it dents in. I don't do the dark above there, so I do that. Okay. So so I don't know how many of you on here watching are my political audience, but I can't wait for the articles of impeachment to be sent to the Senate and get this show on the road. I think it's going to be cool. And you know what's so funny? I mean, you know what? I'm not one to sit here. I'm not a dummy. I know that both political parties have snakes in them. In fact, they both probably have the majority are snakes. I'm not dumb. You know, you don't build a great country by being nice or being sweet. And I think people realize they know that. They just don't want to admit it or say it out loud. But you know. Right. Let me see, Wheelchair Girl. They're kind of hiding your last comment. But as for the child porn, who knows? Looks like he will get off. Ugh, so gross. Hi, destroying my popularity. Okay, so I got the dark on. It looks fairly different. Like, I'll tell you on the Instagram feed, you could really see the colors. I mean, you can on YouTube also. The light is very bright right here. So I think it's brighter on YouTube than it is on Instagram. Besides on Instagram, you could see my age right here. You can't on YouTube. All right, so let me blend all this shit in. I mean, if you guys have watched other people do tutorials, I'm not them. It's almost like they put on a show, and I'm not putting on a show. Oh my God, Tracy! I don't know if you watch Nikki tutorials. Any makeup people, I don't know if you watch it, but she just came out and said that she's trans. I mean, I saw her on Twitter, and I wrote in her comments because I noticed her comments on Twitter hardly got any attention. Now all of a sudden she's getting tons of attention. So I wrote in a comment, I go, well, you know what? This is, a perfectly planned release. And somebody like commented back to me and they go, oh, I don't know how to take that comment. I'm like, of course you don't know how to take it because you're a dummy. I mean, if she really is trans, I never suspected it. Not that, honestly, not that it really matters. And I actually respect the fact that she, since they make so much money now off of coming out, I'm actually respect Nikki more for not using it to gain popularity, but she is gaining popularity now. The likes on her tweets have like more than quadrupled a million times. And so, yes, I did see the human Ken doll who is now the human Barbie. If it isn't obvious to us now, it should be obvious to everybody that coming out gay or trans is going to make you money. Okay, it's going to make you money, and everybody's going to tell you how brave you are and what a hero you are just because you don't like your penis or just because you put a penis in your mouth or butt. Okay, you're all of a sudden going to become famous and popular, and that's why people are doing it. Like, what is your opinion on James O'Keefe's new release video on Bernie Sanders' campaign staff? You mean the one where they said they're going to like burn down Milwaukee and stuff? Oh my God. It's just all so good. It is. It's all so good and it's fun. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Is that rally tonight? We'll see if it burns or not. I mean, I do love it all. I mean, I do. I love that people are, saying these things, but you know, if it doesn't happen, if something doesn't happen, then they kind of look bad. So I hope, I would honestly, I would like to see some sort of conflict. I mean, I think we kind of need that. Look at Paris. I don't know if they show it, but Paris is all like they're all pissed off and they're rioting and stuff and doing their thing. The funny thing is, I never see riots in the street for the right reasons in this country. Like, I don't, it's funny. They always riot for, saying these stupid criminals who get shot by the cops, or they riot, for the, I don't want to say stupid kids at the border, for the made up story of the, the kids in the cages. I mean, oh, you mean the detention cells that hold every other illegal citizen who has been coming into this country since the beginning? I mean, they want to, it's so funny. They act like that before Trump got into office, there was a red carpet out for illegals to cross. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, he built these camps for these kids. Who are you guys kidding? And who are the people who actually believe that we did not have detention centers and detention cells and that we didn't separate children from adults until we could verify who is who? I mean, it isn't a new concept. It's actually a very old practice. It's so dumb. And of course, dumb people don't find out information on their own, so they listen to their heroes on TV. And you're like, shut, you people are retarded. I wish people would just admit, I don't know anything and I don't care. And then go about their business and then let the adults handle everything. I wish they did that. Oh my God, Pelosi, I hate her. She represents my state and she does nothing. It's like, when are you going to, I don't understand how, I mean, and isn't California like, not only are we the most like populous, but I think we're the most like the richest state. And you can't do shit. Like, you can't do anything about humans doing drugs and pooping on the street, right? Okay. You can't do that. And this is going on like a couple miles from where all the celebrities and rich people live. It's like, you can't do anything about that. Okay. Okay. I'm using old brushes. I mean, old sponges. I mean, why not? It has makeup on them. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that, I'm not like everybody else. She wants to be president. Oh, I know she does. And it's the same thing. I think the same thing with Gavin Newsom too. The guy don't do shit. It's like you're a governor. It's like you talk more about national policy than anything. It's like, dude, California is like a country unto itself. It's like, do something, fix it, fix the traffic, fix the homelessness, fix the illegals, do something. Which cake foundation to use? This is it's by Mayron. It's Mayron brand, but the type they call it Star Blend Cake Makeup in the color Female Fair. It's a cake. I get a wet brush, swipe it in there, and put it on. I use it as a primer, and then I put the Mayron cream sticks on top of it. All right. Yeah, but I agree. She wants to be president. And I think also her nephew, Gavin Newsom, a lot of people don't even realize that they're related. And this is called Female Fair. And then after this, I'll do another lighter color higher up. Just to give the illusion that my face is thinner here and bigger up here. Which is very hard to pull off. Oh, guess what, you guys? I am, okay, so a lot of you know I turned 50 this year. And the funny thing, it's not as bad as people think it is. I turned 50. And I decided I am okay. Look at my teeth. I have ugly teeth, but they're very healthy. They're very healthy teeth. And like I have no cavities, I have no nothing. I just went to the dentist and I decided, okay, I turned 50 this year. And just like a couple weeks before 2020, right? My birthday's in December. And I don't know, and I don't make resolutions, but I decided this year is the year I am going to, for myself, do my teeth. I oh, and people say it's an American thing that we're so obsessed with our teeth and our smiles and stuff. But if that's the case, that's the case. That's our culture. But I know firsthand really what teeth do for a person, like having a nice smile. Luckily, I'm a likable person and I don't have to have beautiful teeth or a beautiful smile. But it makes me wonder, like, how much has that held me back? Like, people really judge you, really. Okay, they judge you by your teeth and your smile and your shoes. They do, right? And it's like, I've decided, I go, screw it. I am going to do whatever it takes for me to have a confident smile where I can smile and actually feel good and feel attractive. It's been a problem with me my whole life. I did have braces when I was a kid. I got them off when I was about 18 years old. Then life happens and, drugs and a horrible life. And then you decide, okay, I want it back. People judge you on your shoes. Well, yeah. I mean, don't you? I mean, suppose you're wearing like a nice suit or something or a nice outfit, and then you look down and they're wearing like grass stained tennis shoes. Wheelchair girl turns 24 this month. Well, happy birthday. Ginger says, I think if Trump would offer her a fifth of a Bacardi, she'd want to be his best friend. LOL. She always looks at, she does. I know she's a drunk. She's a total drunk. Yeah. It's like, I have dental insurance, right? And I just don't use it. So I went to the dentist. I go, okay, look at my teeth. They took x-rays. They go, you have no cavities or anything. I know. It's all cosmetic. And this is what I said. I am not, and maybe I'm an asshole for this, but I think it's me getting older and sort of owning my life. And I said, listen, I go, I'm used to dentists getting in my mouth and basically mining for money and not giving me what I want. Okay. So you're not going to dig in my teeth and repair old dental work. The last time I went to the dentist, they they used my whole insurance, like for the year, to replace 2 crowns in my mouth that were not bothering me at all. Like there was no problem whatsoever. They said that's old dental work and it needs to come out. And it's like, okay. And I trusted them. And then when I said, okay, I want to address the other things, they go, oh, well, you have no more money. I'm like, oh, okay. So you basically replace 2 crowns, which is extremely simple for you guys. And then I'm out of money. Okay, great. I decided from that moment, I'm never going to do that again. So I went to this new dentist and I said, listen, this is what happened to me. And this is what I'm used to going through. I go, my mouth has looked like this my whole life. I go, I'm not doing it anymore. I just want you guys to know that I want you to give me the smile that I want. And if you can't do it, that's fine. Let me know and I will leave. I mean, there's no shortage of dentists in Southern California. So I said, if you cannot give me the smile that I want or get me toward there, like just put me on the tracks and get the train going in the right direction. If you can't do that, let me know. I will find someone else. And they're like, oh, okay. Like they knew that I was not going, I'm just not doing it. So I said, I need to look in the mirror and I need to see progress in my smile, not the replacement of old dental work I don't see. I know it is theft. And yeah. And in fact, that dental work that they did on me was, I got infections and I had to have the crowns removed and they had to like disinfect everything. It was bad. For like 2 weeks, I was in agonizing pain. And they go, you shouldn't be in that kind of pain. I go, I know. And they were like kind of heading in the direction that I'm being dramatic. And I said, no, it's not drama. And they looked and my gums were puffy. They had to pull the teeth off and it was gross. Hi, Just Me 77. Ginger says, I just turned 41 a couple months ago, so I'm working on that 50 mark. I can't say so much for my poor teeth, though. I have a couple cavities in there. We'll get them fixed before they fall out, Ginger. Hi, Chrismy. Okay. See, I start talking, and then I start losing time. Okay. All right, so I am right now in the process of covering my face. But as I'm covering, I'm using different colors to contour. Most people will just put on their face and then contour with powder on top of it. I'm doing both because I am a severe case. I need to do it with the cream powder, the cream makeup, and the powder makeup. Okay. Now I'm going to add the really bright on top. So this will go on the high points. Like picture if a light was shining down right here. Where would it hit? It would hit here, it would hit here, it would hit here, and it would hit here. And in here, on some people, if you have a big mouth, and I'm going to add it there to give the illusion that I have a larger mouth. Okay. Okay, so light would hit there. And I know it's basically white. It's pure white. But once you blend it, it doesn't look so much. Because it starts blending with the other cream makeup underneath it. Put that there. I put it in the middle of my chin. I have a dent in my chin. Like, who is it? What, John Travolta has one? Adele has one. Michael Jackson had one surgically put in. So I just lighten that area. Okay. I'm not a big fan of dentists, but definitely don't want my teeth falling out. I know your contouring work is really amazing, Kitty. So, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let me see. My makeup table is a table Mark made for me. Or if you guys know Hagatha Marquina, it's really a big table, but it's still not. I have so much makeup and crap that I need to be more organized. Or I don't know, like or not other. You know, I don't really like it when drag queens call themselves her. I don't know why. Because I'm not dressing up to pretend to be a woman. I mean, well, I guess I'm giving the illusion, but I don't know. I'm not into the fantasy that much where, I start behaving like a girl or like I actually consider it really. And maybe that's the difference between somebody who does drag as an art form or people who do it as a lifestyle or a fetish. I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. But, when you're in a dressing room or hanging out with drag queens at the end of the night and everybody still has their makeup on or whatever, they still pretend that they're that character. And it really annoys me. So I don't hang out with any drag queens. And I don't know if any of you are gay on here. That's another reason I don't really care for a whole lot of gay people. Because all they do is sit around and talk about being gay. They really do. They sit around and talk about gay issues all the time. And it's like, aren't you like sick of yourself? I'm sick of it. It's like, can we talk about something else? But that Nikki Tutorials, yeah, she I mean, good for her, whatever. But I do appreciate that she made her money off of her talent and not being trans. I really respect that. But I think it's going to be annoying that she's also going to get another huge following from the community simply because she's trans. I think it's stupid. That's kind of like going to a hardware store and buying tools because everybody there is white. I mean, it's so dumb. So now I'm kind of like blending in that white. You can kind of see the illusion where it's going. That's why my husband and I have mostly straight friends. Ah, so you get it, Mr. Cookies on the Beach. I like that name, by the way. Thoughts on Nick Gurr? You know what? I don't know who Nick Gurr is. I have no idea who that is. Maybe I should look them up. I mean, I guess because I go on and do videos and lives and stuff, and I talk about politics and cultural things. Maybe I should know. Maybe I should know some of these people. Okay, now I'm kind of like creating this area where it looks like the sun or a light is shining on my forehead. Because if you look, my forehead's really kind of flat. So this will round it eventually. I need more white right here. And you kind of want to make like a dome. I've never heard of Nick Gurr either. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Hi, Danielle88. Were you here already? Oh, I'm getting to the end of my coffee. It's my second cup today. All right. So that pretty much takes care of that. I could probably go a little heavier. Well, I can do the rest with powder. Oh, let me do the gray. I came up with my own concept of like contouring for blonde hair. I use a gray taupey color, just so I don't look so drastic. Oops, husband just won. Oh no, I don't believe you, Mr. Cookie. Mr. Cookie's on the beach. You have more than one husband. Wait, no, are you in like a triad relationship? Did you see Jeffree Star break up? So sad for him. You know what? I didn't see his video. I did see online he did have a breakup. I really don't know nothing about it. But I knew he broke up. I'm sure there's going to be a dramatic video soon. Has a show called Nick Gurr Chat 2020. Some drama happened. He has a show. Where's the show at? Is it like an internet show or God, I'm surprised I don't know that person. Is he gay? Then again, I don't know all gay people. Okay, I'm gonna try something I have never done before, so I have this challenge with my contouring. Like I have this line right here that I just can't get rid of. I mean, and it's an indication of really where to contour. But you want your contour to do this, but yet I have this line right here. Now I can tape my face and I can get rid of it. See, if I tape back here and up here, you could pull that out. And a lot of drag queens do tape their face. Nick Gurr is in a relationship with Michael Roach, but they recently split. Oh, I don't even know who he is. I mean, some people might call me a bad gay. I don't know. I'll tell you, out of every drag queen that I've ever met, I am the most masculine I have ever. No, wait. No, it is. I am. Okay, so I'm going to take like this, and I'm going to draw like a line right here and buff it out and see if that, see, I need to push this in, and if I add like a darker color there, connect it with this, that should work. Not Michael Roach, Michael Roach. I thought you made a mistake. That's why I said Roach. Okay. It's so light, I can't even see it. We're all terrible gays because we don't mindlessly. I know. Oh, Mario. How are you? Yeah, Mario, I don't follow either. You know what, Mario? Oh, I want to talk to you about something. I saw you. I saw you commenting on my man's post. No, I saw you commenting on Mark his surgery. My guy just had a surgery recently. And you shared some x-rays. Were those x-rays of your ankles? And I can't believe that you wear your shoes if you have had surgery on your ankles. Isn't it killing you? Okay, you guys, Mario Presents. I suggest you guys check him out, follow him. Mario Estrada or Mario Presents. He is a gay for Trump. This dude shows up at events in high heel shoes. He shows up to what is it? You're representing, I think, gays, right? Or LGBT, or I'm not sure your motivation. He represents the gays for Trump. And it's amazing. Like, he wears these huge high heel shoes with all his Trump gear on. It's very unique, right? And you'll notice him right when you see him. Eddie braids his hair and he has like colorful braids and stuff. But I'll tell you, I've never seen a more vocal or how can I put it, supportive gay than you. I mean, to be honest, he really gets out there. And I know high heels are not the easiest thing to wear. I mean, I know you tend to be smaller than me. It might be easier, but not with your messed up ankles. So that is like a huge deal to me anyway. Anytime I would wear heels and go on a stage, I couldn't wait to get off the stage. I couldn't wait to get off the stage and sit down and come home to take my shoes off. Okay, this is not at all what I wanted. So I'm just going to go dark, and high heels are tough for us women too. Oh, I bet. No, I know. You know, when I first got into drag and I had to get some shoes, I was like, oh my God. Okay, I wear a man's 13. And that's a woman's 15 or 16. And it's kind of hard to find that, but I found them. And we do have a store in California I went to in Huntington Beach that actually sold them so I can try them on. Okay. I'll tell you, even though I've been doing this for a while, I still put my makeup on too lightly. And every time I look at pictures of myself, I go, I could have gone darker. I could have gone more severe. I could have pushed it more. Because that's what drag is. You're just kind of, I forgot who said it, but it's true. It's like taking women's makeup and turning the volume all the way up. So I got to do more of that. Everyone asks how I walk in them. I tell them 1 foot in front of the other. That's true. Okay, oh wait, someone retracted their message. High heels are tough for us women, blah, blah, blah. Diane says, Kitty, hey, awesome. I'm dyeing my hair right now. So perfect. Really? Are you? What color are you doing it? Okay, so now that I just did this gray taupey stuff right here, I'm going to put more white on top and blend them together. And if I go really light right in here, it'll kind of make my cheeks look like they're further apart. You have to dye my hair tomorrow, and I have to dye my hair tomorrow too. Just getting the grays, yeah. You know what I do to my mom's hair? My mom, first of all, hates getting her hair done, but she knows it's necessary. So like, okay, she has like a medium brown hair, and with salt and pepper starting to happen, but not a whole lot. I mean, she's 71 and she don't really have a whole lot of gray. But what I do is, instead of like, I would go and bleach out her highlights, and then I would bleach out her hair, then she'd have to wash it, and then I'd go back in with a toner to tone all the hair, and plus it would also, get some of the grays. So I tone the highlights, but then it also covers up some of the gray hair. So she likes that, but she hates it. Like, she wants me to come and do her hair, but then she hates sitting still to get her hair done. I'm like, you're 70. When are you gonna like just sit there? My mom still works. Like, she don't want to slow down. In fact, because I'm off these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna probably go visit her. She lives out near Palm Springs, and I kind of like going out there. So I'll probably go visit her. And put white right here. So what I'm gonna do is, tomorrow I'm going to LA. No, Saturday. Saturday I'm gonna go to LA, and I'm gonna get they have to scan my mouth, and so and they don't have the scanning machine out where I live for whatever reason. Stupid. But anyway, I mean, LA's not that far, and I'm deciding to go on a Saturday because the traffic here in Southern California is not bad on a Saturday. So what I'm doing is you see this light, this white I'm adding? I'm basically going to make it look like my cheek goes all the way over to here, which will narrow my nose. So that's a trick if you want to make your nose look a little narrower. Take your concealer or your light color almost right up to the bridge of your nose, but don't do the top. And I'm going to blend that in. Oh, I got gray on it. Damn it. I used the wrong sponge. Shit. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's cool thing about makeup. You can always cover it up. So, do any of you think okay, I know a lot of you are political in here. I'm just like your mom. I don't want to get old. If you slow down, yeah, you'll slowly start to stop. No, it's totally true. I even feel that way as I am now. When I'm at work, I really don't like taking breaks, because if I sit down, I'm like an old car getting back up again after I've rested. Like, I'm hard to start. It's really weird. And I think that might be like arthritis. But if you stop, you can be going great and having fun and doing great. As soon as you stop, it starts all freezing up. You know something? I never thought that I would reach the age where I talked about being old. So weird how quickly it happens. Like, how soon you reach old age. Or, I know I'm not old. I don't want to be dramatic. But it is amazing how quickly it happens. And for all you younger people, it accelerates. As you get older, aging accelerates. Like, I love watching you, Kitty. Oh, hey, Diane. You're in Northern California. Hi. Oh my God, Adrian Sanchez is on YouTube. I don't recall ever seeing you on here. Hi, Adrian. I'm just doing my makeup, talking. So, how many of you guys, I don't know how many of you are following, did you hear how Elizabeth Warren has now accused, oh, hi, Rob. I miss you online. I'm going to get back on Facebook. I think I have about maybe 2 more weeks, I think. I know I'm at work. I quit yesterday. Why, Adrian? What happened? Oh, just me. I'm 50 years old. I just turned 50. I can't believe you quit. I mean, I know you have a pretty decent job, or unless I just assumed you did. We'll call it maturity. Yes. Yes, Mario. Okay. So you guys know, I'm sure by now you've heard the controversy over Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. In case you don't know, what has happened is apparently in December of 2018, during a private conversation, Bernie and Elizabeth were talking, and apparently, according to Elizabeth, Bernie Sanders told her, I don't think a woman can win the presidency. Okay. Well, now here we are over a year later. And now this information is being leaked by her people. Okay. And then she had to, like, I guess, make a statement also. Oh, Adrian, you're funny. And now she's going on camera saying, yes, he said that. He did say that, but I don't want to talk about it. That was a while ago, and I don't want to talk about it. Well, I don't believe for one second that she didn't want this information released, if it's true. But now it's put him on the defense that he's basically having to say, no, she's a liar. I didn't say that. And it's like, we knew we would eventually get here, okay? Because the whole idea is one of those people are going to rise to the top and have to battle Trump. I mean, that's really what's going on. And it's like, they're going to have to eventually knock each other out. They will. But they act like they don't want to, like, oh, we're above that. We're better than that. We're not going to bash each other. But they are. They are doing it behind the scenes. And soon it will be obviously in front of the camera as we're seeing it now. But I don't know. I mean, is she a liar? So, okay, so if it's gone down the way they claim, somebody's lying, right? One of them is lying. And the reality is, I'm not voting for either one of them, so I don't care. I'm just entertained by the whole thing. She totally had it leaked. She is so obvious she had it done, of course. Of course she did. Of course she did. And let's face it, she doesn't have a good record of telling the truth. Hey, darling, I'm late. Hi, Helena, how are you? You know what? You're not late. I just spontaneously came on. But I'll tell you, okay, so I'm off for 2 weeks. And so what I plan on doing is I plan on making a lot of video content because I just got behind from the holidays and from my work schedule and, just life. And to be honest with you, you kind of get a block creatively, like, because, this isn't my profession. I don't, make money doing this, and I don't do it for a living. I just do it for fun now. But it's like, you got to work and live. And she can't win. And I don't think this is the time in history for a woman to be running the United States. Right. You know what? And yeah, you're right. And I think if there's a lesson that everybody should learn is that identity politics does not work. I mean, it will work to get people's attention, but in the long run, It doesn't work because I honestly don't think people care who the president is. I mean, they've been bashing old white, think about it, since Trump got elected, and you know it's true. The Democrats or the left side of politics, they have been bashing white rich men for years now. And they've gone as far as saying we need new blood. We don't want them in power. But the thing is, the Democrats, the people who have been saying it, are going to prop up a rich old white man next to Trump. You know that's what's going to happen. And it's like, you guys don't even believe what you say. Like, how can you be taken seriously when you don't even go by what you say? And they don't even believe their own message. If her people leak the info, then she clearly is wanting to talk about it. Am I the only one who wonders if all these people really think we are all just complete? Yeah, they do. They do. The elites, the people in power, Hollywood, they think we're dumb. They do. They think we're dumb. And the thing is, they're the ones who have been pushing all of, like, okay, really, okay. I'm not at this moment, but I do eventually have a lot of people who watch my stuff. I honestly have never, how can I put it? I have not met one, let's say, person of color or a girl who has actually had to endure even as much turmoil as I have had to endure my whole life. And I don't sit and cry about it, but I had a pretty bad life because before I came out and said I was gay, I was perceived as gay. So my from junior high to high school was pretty bad. And I was called a faggot every single day, and was pushed out of guy groups and things like that, and was never welcome. And it's like, I don't know, I find it hard to believe that a lot of people deal with that anymore. But they want to act like it's so dire and that people are dying. Like, I don't know. They're really ratcheting up the bullshit, and it's just so annoying. You get tired of it. And I even talked to Mark, and I've asked him, how many times has anybody called you the N-word? He said, I don't know. Like, he can't even tell you like the most traumatic time in his life. And he has people, he has friends that actually have a good education, doctorates and stuff, and they're white people, and they have told him, you are not aware of your own oppression. White people, supposedly intelligent, educated, woke white people, tell him, right, Mark, you don't have this experience. You don't think you do. You just don't recognize your own oppression. It's like, okay, so you have to convince me that my life is shitty. They want you to think Matthew. Oh my God, Mario, I read this crap about Matthew Shepard, and I really want to get into it. I really want to study it more and make a video of it and everything. But apparently, I'm seeing that it was more of a drug deal gone bad than anything, and that he actually had a relationship and a sexual encounters and type of thing with one of the people that killed him. That it was all revolving around meth, and that his parents are rich, and they decided to go with the narrative that he was gay bashed rather than ruin the family name that he was a drug dealer and into drugs. So I would really, really love, I guess a book has been written and everything, so I would really love to know more about that. Because, someone just wrote me. Oh, anyway. So I don't know. I would really love to know that I would love to know that Matthew Shepard died over drugs rather than his sexuality. I mean, to me, that's a great thing. Oh, you mean to tell me that you weren't tied to a fence and left for dead simply because you're gay, but because it was a drug deal gone bad, and that you're a bad person, that you were hanging out with bad people. To me, that's just a better story than, this poor homosexual was beat and left for dead simply because he's gay. I mean, to me, that's a more tragic story than if, I don't know. I always made a point to make an effort to be friendly with those who no one talked to. I felt like an outcast too. I was the same way, just me. And you know what? I still do it at work. I will, let's put okay, at my work, I have a mobile position, so I can go around and talk to a lot of people. And I know the people that are awkward that people won't speak to, and I will talk to them and I will introduce myself and I will help them, but I won't make it so obvious that I'm doing it because I think they're pathetic. But I just want them to know that somebody sees them and will acknowledge them and be nice to them. And it works. That I don't try too hard and they recognize that, I've made an effort and they're friendly to me. They'll smile at me, say hi to me when, they feel like they can't speak to other people. So yeah, I'm that person too. All right. So what am I going to do now? Oh, I'm going to do some eyebrows. Let me do it a darker color. I'll do dark. See, my face, I haven't put powder on it yet. I'm going to do my eyebrows now, and then I will powder over them, and then go over them with another color. I don't know if you noticed, I shaved more of my eyebrows off because I really kind of wanted more arched eyebrows, and I couldn't because they went over here. But after my 2 weeks off, I'm going to let them grow out because I don't want to not have eyebrows. Okay. So first I use this pencil. And I want them really arched, so I kind of just go up. And I found if I wear like a severely arched eyebrow, it really sort of elongates and thins my face. But if I like do this and go out, it sort of widens. It accentuates the wideness of my forehead. It's weird. It's funny because me and Mark were kind of just talking about stuff yesterday. You know how like say you could have a favorite color and you'll put it on and it don't look good on you? It's like just because like you like a color doesn't mean it looks good on you. And that was like something that like hit me one year. I went, I guess that's true. I mean, I like the color black. And I went through that goth phase where everything was black. But one day I looked at myself and I realized I go, I am like so pink and maggoty up against this black color. It shows up all my freckles, it shows up all my flaws. And I've always hated pastel colors. But once I put on like lavender, which you think a gay guy would love lavender, and I didn't. But you put it on, and I went, "Oh my god!" It's like I look so much better in these stupid Easter egg colors. But we all have different palettes that look good on us. I want to do a makeup session with you, Kitty. Next time you do this, I'm going to do it with you. I'll take a picture and send it. Oh, that would be cool. Send it to your email. Yeah, I have one. That's awesome. That'd be great. I'm planning on getting my eyebrows done, and I need to know that tip. What your eyebrows? You're gonna get them? Are you getting them microplaned? Is that what they call it? Microplaned or tattooed or threaded? Okay. Now these eyebrows are going to be severe. There we go. It's funny. I don't really do. It's funny. A lot of like drag queens don't even consider the makeup I do as drag because I kind of really try to go for pretty and I want to like try to make real female features. But a lot of drag queens they just like they clown it up, and it's like I mean I can do that. I just don't prefer it. I honestly think that the prettier you make drag, the more accepting it is from people. At least if you're attractive, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I see it. That's artistic." But a lot of people do this like horror drag. Not saying that that's not. I like it too. But I find out if I do a more serious sort of face, that a woman can kind of look at and go, "Oh yeah, that is pretty." That fits more into what they call a classic beauty. It's more receptive and people accept it more. Microbladed. That's it. Yeah, okay. Just done with permanent pencil. I think she said. I forgot what they call it. I got this recently. it's almost like a stain. It will stain, but it won't stain me because I put this on, then I'll powder it, and then I will use this over it. But it's a brush that I have. It's a pencil with, I guess, what do you call those tines, like a fork? Oh, my feed ended. Share story. Now I'm gonna have to do another one. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm going back live on what is that, Instagram. For some reason, I think it drops you after 30 minutes. I'm not sure. Oh no, it drops you after an hour. Okay. This is having a hard time focusing. Okay. And I'm right-handed, so it's really hard for me to, I don't like doing this with my left hand. And I hate trying to make them even. It's just a pain in the butt. But I'll measure it out sometimes, and it makes it easier. Hey, Instagram. Yeah, I lost you guys because I guess you can only do like an hour live feed at a time. And what the cool thing is, what I can do after this, like I can already see a mistake. I can go with my makeup colors and then draw on the other side of this brown and cover up any mistakes. So I do it while my other makeup is still not set. Like I haven't put any setting powder on it or anything. Okay. But I've been seeing a lot of interesting things online. I'm considering drag. There's a guy you guys probably know. His name's Ricky Rebel. I've met him a couple times. I'm not gonna say we're friends. I mean, we're acquaintances. But I met him at a couple events that I've gone to. And we're friendly to each other and we pay attention to each other. But anyway, my point is, he had a conversation going on, and he's wearing a shirt that says, drag queen culture is not for children. And I absolutely agree with him. But I'm not saying that play dress up is not for kids, because it is. We all did it. We've all, a lot of you ladies, your husbands have put on their mom's high heel shoes and ran around the house. I mean, it's just play, just play. It doesn't mean you want to be a girl. But anyway, a lot of people don't agree with that they think kids should be a part of the culture. And I just don't understand the need for that. Like, do we need girls? Do we need girls in strip clubs stripping? I mean, why, I don't understand the desire to bring kids into that world. Oh, Mario and Ken Carroll. Okay. I think I need it done to my eyebrows. They've gone haywire. When you get older, yeah, they do. When you get older and they go gray and just go crazy, yeah, it's true, they do. I understand that. Are you a gay guy like me? Yeah, I'm gay. My son used to use lipstick as a crayon. Okay, so my eyebrows are pretty even. And now that I got that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add my nose contour now. Because I really, I need to like kind of lay out the lines. Okay. Wait a minute. So I'm going to take that gray color that I had earlier. And I'm basically going to draw like my nose how I want it with this. And then I'll powder over it. Then I will put powder over this. So I basically, where my nose curves right here, I want to make it look like the curve is thinner. So I will make new, well, first of all, I'm going to take this nostril and sort of extend it up like this. This will start narrowing the tip. And I'm using a taupe, which is a gray and a brown mix. It's not really showing up on the camera like it should. It's not a very dark, severe color. This is basically kind of like to lay a shadow down. Okay. My nose kind of gets bulbous right there, so this narrows it down. I'm a strawberry blonde. My eyebrows are blonde, LOL. Well, you know what? That's the perfect color because you can make them any color you want. You know, look be great on you is a product like this. So if you have blonde eyebrows, you can like use this. It's like a brow mascara, and you can just paint your eyebrows any color you want. So if you like darken them, whatever. In fact, I've done a lot of people who just bleach out their eyebrows because they'll wear wigs and stuff and make their you know, use different colors all the time. So they bleach out their eyebrows so they could just color on top of them whatever color they want. I look just like my picture, except it's 2 years old. Kitty, do you find that the makeup brushes make a difference as opposed to your fingers? Well, I have very big fingers, so I need to use a brush to really kind of get into small areas, and it has more precision than my hand, but I do use them for like blending. I'll like blend things together, you know. Like right now, it comes up on YouTube. I mean, there we go. Now it's clear. But like I'll use my finger to blend in these wrinkles or creases or whatever because the makeup starts separating there. But yeah, I have no problem using my fingers for stuff. Okay, and I put like a dark shadow line right here because I want it to look like it kind of dips in because I want my nose to kind of look like it's turned up. So if I push this back and make it look like a dent right there, it'll kind of help me later on to make my nose look turned up. Oh, okay. The offensive tranny is on. Do you know, I find it so refreshing that a trans person has a sense of humor and actually, you know, it's so funny. I love it because I'm sure you knew about the like RuPaul's Drag Race crap incidents where RuPaul in his show was saying she-male and stuff like that. Like you would get email and RuPaul would call it she-male. Well, the trans community looked at that as being offensive toward trans people, even though trans people were on the show. It's a fun, gay, really not even gay, LGBT-centered show on drag. Everybody's invited, everybody's included, but yet and everybody's made fun of too. And there's a joke about everything. But the minute somebody got offended by that, RuPaul had to apologize. And I'll tell you, I don't believe for 1 minute he meant that apology. He just wants to keep his paycheck. Every time I try to contour, I end up looking like Count Olaf Lemony Snickets. It's, you know what? It's all about finding the right color, the right product, the right technique. And I feel you. It isn't as easy as people think it is. It's a process to find your right colors. I'll be at work and I'll see these girls who contour and they'll just put like a big brown streak right here and then a big shiny one here. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, I know what you're trying to do. I know. I could see it. I know what you're trying to do, but it's not doing it. Um, so I don't know. If you can't make fun of us, it's like we are not. Yes. Oh my God, I love you. We're like so on the same wavelength. It's yeah, if you want to be equal, right? If you want to be equals, this is why, you know what? I'll tell you. I was really mad. Okay, first of all, growing up, now I'm 50, and even when All in the Family was popular, Archie Bunker, I was young. I was very young. But I remember the show, and I remember the reruns, and they were funny. It was a show, Archie Bunker is a bigoted old white guy. And then there's the Jeffersons. The Jeffersons was about an affluent black couple family, and he was also a bigot. And the Jeffersons were much wealthier than the Bunkers. But yet, when they decided to do that stage thing recently, they did it of Good Times and Archie and the Bunkers. And I didn't understand that. They could have showed an affluent black family from that time period, but they decided, no, we're just going to show racist white people and poor black people. I don't know. I mean, well, you guys know my guy is black. I honestly would be mad if I was black in this country. I'd be mad at the media. I would be mad at the news. I'd be mad at the way that I have been portrayed. Because it's like Mark, my guy, told me. He goes, "You ever notice when we were kids, whenever they would show the welfare office, they would show it from Detroit, so you saw nothing but black poor people." And I said, "No, it's absolutely true." And they've been doing that for years. They just want to mold your perception. It's funny because I know people that think that all black people are poor, and it's like, and I don't understand that, because where I grew up, all black people that I knew were actually better off than my family. And so when I would see these these depictions of black people, and when I see how other people think, I mean, to this day, there are lots of people who think black people are stupid because they don't have the opportunity to an education, or that they can't get a license or an ID. And it's like, where do you live that those people exist? Because in my world, if the black and my best friend was black since junior in elementary school all the way until high school. Best friend was black, and I'm like, I wasn't even allowed in his house. I wasn't. And it's like, and his father was a minister, and they were very decent, moral people, and they wouldn't allow me in the house. And I'm like, every black person I know came from a good family, and they had money, and so that's why I didn't understand. But anyway, I was raised in the projects, and we were the only white people there, and we was the poorest bunch there. Just like when Joe Biden accidentally said that black people are poor. Yes, it's like, no, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's very odd that people have that perception. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my my light color highlighter powder, which is a mixture of white and a neutral color, translucent, which is invisible powder. So I'm going to put this on all the areas where I did the white. Ah, damn it. Okay. They heard it from the Democrats. Oh, totally. And and just like they'll try to sit there and pretend. Like I live, I'm in Southern California, so we have a huge Latino population. Um, they always try to tell us that all like the Hispanics are poor too. And I'm like, okay, but I grew up with them and I lived in the same houses as them. And it was actually a very big mixture of like Hispanic and whites where I grew up. And we all lived alike. And I'm like, but why are they like, you poor Hispanic person, and then you're just like the racist white person? It's like, but we're living together. I don't understand, like, how am I a bad person and they're a good person? I don't get it. And definitely, why do you think that I'm Paris Hilton and they're not? I just didn't understand that. Whatever. Oh, but goddamn, this all goes back to what I was talking about, trans and RuPaul. Like, why don't you want everybody to participate? Like, why can't everybody have fun and be the butt of the joke and also joke about others? I mean, I don't understand why that's not possible. I mean, if we are all equal, then you know what? Just because you're gay doesn't mean that you can't be made fun of. I don't know. That's why I created Hagatha. Hagatha is to make fun of all those people because they are people, right? They're people and they could be a part of the fun too. Okay. I just saw something I didn't do because I'm talking. The light colors I also put underneath my eyebrow. That'll pop that area out. Do you watch RuPaul? I can't because it's so liberal. Yeah, I do. I've watched really every episode. Okay. The thing is, okay, I've known a lot of the contestants and I knew some before they went on the show and I knew some after. I met them after they came off the show because the club I worked at really is a big drag club, and they would all perform there because it's in Southern California. So all the queens you see on RuPaul's Drag Race, a lot of them come from Southern California, and so I knew them even before they go on the show. But then there's a lot, like say from New York or stuff that I didn't know, and I got to know them later. So yeah, I would watch the show. I did not watch the latest season, where they were in the UK. I'm really kind of getting over it to where I don't really care anymore. Because I think the show has gone way too political. And you know what else I don't like, even though I'm not trans? I don't like the way when there's been trans contestants on there, they treat them like handicapped children. I don't know. I just think it's weird. I don't like the way they treat supposedly minority people. I don't like that. I don't know. I've said this before in other gay conversations. I will say, why are you guys content with acting like the handicapped child that everybody stands up for and applauds when they cross the finish line on a race? You know what I mean? To me, it's like, I don't like being treated like that, and I don't like being categorized with those people. It's like, don't, just because I'm part of this community that you guys have all decided I'm a part of, don't treat me like I am the other or the special case or the person who needs special accommodations. And because I'm last in the, just like they'll wait till the last kid crosses the finish line and then everybody acts like he's the winner. And I hate that. I mean, great for them, whatever. I don't like it. I don't like someone saying, "Oh, good for you. You made it even though you're gay and you're oppressed and you're different." It's like, no. I just don't like it. And, but then again, a lot of people love it. They love it. They love being gay and they love finally, in their mind, being accepted. I never felt I was never accepted. I just didn't make my sexuality the center of my being. So I do this to give the illusion of my brow kind of being dominant and prominent right there when we know it's not. It's synced back. But since this is my new brow bone area, I have to highlight it and make it come forward. So I'm adding this white and then I go in with my finger and I kind of blend it. And then it will disappear and the dark and the white will mix. And I'll continue to blend it closer down until I get the right gradation. Thank you. So I'm going to add more white. Hi, Harry. Harry Furball. And he said, meow. So while I'm adding this highlighter, I'm also correcting like the shape of my eyebrow by going over the areas that I think are too thick. Oh, so, I was getting in the story about me getting braces, okay? So I'm going to get braces they're going to spread open my teeth, right? And because I have areas like right here. When I was a kid, and like when your baby teeth fall out and your adult teeth grow in, mine didn't grow in. I did not get any adult teeth in my canines. Isn't that weird? But apparently my great grandfather, he didn't have any permanent teeth. They were all baby teeth. And somehow that kind of got down to me and my brother, because my brother, he still has some baby teeth too. But anyway, so the dentist pulled the baby teeth when I got braces when I was like 15. Well, I really didn't keep up on my mouth and I didn't wear my retainer the way I should. And I didn't get replacement teeth there. So the teeth all shifted. So I'm now getting back in the dentist chair to fix it. Do you have an Instagram going too? I do, Diane. So I'm going to be doing that for the next year, wearing braces. They're Invisalign, so I could take them off, but you're supposed to wear them 22 hours a day. I was not. When they suggested braces again, I was like, no, I don't want to do that again. But when they said they were Invisalign, I changed my mind. Because when I was a kid, I wore the metal bands, and that was awful. I hated wearing them. But yeah. All right. Pretty good. So now I'm going to take that white powder and put it up there. I'm just going to use a brush. The white powder will make it brighter. Plus, it will also set the color or set the makeup so it kind of just stays there. If not, the cream makeup would eventually wear off the powder. And I know a lot of women don't powder as much as they should. They'll just put on their liquid makeup and run. If you don't do the powder stage, basically the powder cements it. It's the cement that holds the makeup together. Do you know Lady Maga? I did. I want to say sort of an interview with Lady Maga. I didn't meet Lady Maga. We were on camera together, but I have not met Lady Maga. No. I know Lady Maga's out doing his or her thing, and that's wonderful. There's a part of me that kind of feels like she's kind of taken the reins of being the conservative queen, which was a horse I was on. And I'm not, I don't want people to think I'm angry about her. I'm not. I mean, he just clearly has more time on his hands than I do to do this stuff. And that's great. He's young, whatever. I'm not. I know it's a very expensive. Offensive training. Do you know Lady Maga? And I wish him well. I do. I just, I knew Lady Maga early on before like all the thing, and there was controversy about his sincerity, which I don't doubt the sincerity. I don't. I mean, but I also recognize that it's also a career move. And that's fine. And I don't want people to think that I am bitter about that. I think it's bad. I think what he does is fine. How about that? I mean, I will say I am passionate about my political beliefs because I drastically changed my outlook on this election. Well, no, I matured. Let's put that. I matured in the past couple years. And not to mention, I saw the craziness of the Democrats, and I'm like, God, I have to, because I've never voted Republican until Trump. And I don't know. I thought things had been toward the end of Obama's presidency. I go, this is kind of going in a direction I think we shouldn't go in. I mean, I don't think every president is all bad, and I don't think every president is all good. But I don't know. I just kind of thought we're kind of going in some weird direction, and I didn't like it. There should be more conservative drag queens out there. There should be. But the thing is, I'm sorry, you're going to hear something. I got makeup on my mic. It's really hard because there's conservatism and drag do not on the surface really go together. I think there's a way for it to work. But I definitely think it takes both sides of politics to move toward the center a little bit. Because there are still a lot of, I'll say, conservative people who think it's absolutely disgusting what I do. They do. And I don't even, and the funny thing is I don't argue with them, and I'm not even mad at them. I'm really not. I'm kind of over being mad at people who sort of don't get it. I mean, whatever. They'll come into it on their own, whatever. But no, there's still progress to be made with conservatives and those people alike. And I kind of saw myself becoming a bridge between the two, how can I put? I think both sides take themselves a little too seriously. Reaction Rage said, when I look at your eyebrows, for some reason, I want to eat McDonald's. The brown, not golden arches, they're brown arches. So funny. Okay, so I'm gonna add. Now I'm gonna go in with some taupe contouring powder. Now I have all the powder still on my face, and I'm gonna leave it there. And when I add more powder, it'll just kind of blend it all together. Which were you first? What do you mean? So I'm basically going to push this color into that area that's already sort of there for me to follow. And I could feel my bone underneath here. And that's where I really want to target, is that area. And I'm putting it really heavy here because in the reality, when I do camera work, you know, when you see me, you're only seeing me from here. So the darker I can go up in here, the better. It'll narrow. And if you notice, I'm not bringing it all the way down. I'm going to leave a lot of the product here. And then I go back in with another brush. And then I drag it down. Okay. I just wear an old shirt as a makeup cleaner. Okay. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to do the classic woman thing. You suck in the cheek and then you go toward the center, the corner of the mouth. And what it will do, it's going to mix with the powder that's already on here. And the idea is it will make a harmonious blend of colors. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the same right above my eyebrows. I'm going to go dark. By the way, are you getting ready for something? You know what? Yeah, what I do is, I don't know, I figure there are people who like to see this, so that's why I do it. And then what I'll do is after I put on my makeup, I'll turn off everything. I'll look some things up on the computer, things I want to talk about. What I'll do is through the week, I'll get my phone and I will text myself ideas that I want to talk about, things that I've just thought about. Because I don't know about you guys, I'll think of something 5 minutes later, it's gone, and I'll think, oh my god, what a brilliant idea! I gotta do something with this. Well, I tend to forget the brilliant idea. So what I do is I'm a person, I always have my phone with me. So what I'll do is I will text myself notes and ideas, topics, and things I want to talk about. And so then what I'll do is after I'm done here, I'll go through my phone and I'll look at everything that I texted myself. Then I'll come up with some talking points, or I never script anything. I really don't script. If anything, on my computer, I'll put a sticky note with things I want to talk about. And so that's what I'll do after this. I'll go through my phone, see the things I want to talk about, make sticky notes on my computer to remind me while I'm on camera. And then I will make videos for YouTube. I haven't done that in a while. I want to get back into that. Now that I'm off for 2 weeks, I have time. So I'm going to do that. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I typically do is I will do this, talk, then I'll make videos after I'm ready and have my topics down and everything. Okay. So if you'll notice, I'm darkening my forehead to I want to push this back. Wow, what's your YouTube called? It's just Kitty Demure. It's the same as my YouTube, or my what is this called? Instagram. Yeah, just go to YouTube and you can just type into Kitty Demure, I'll pop up. You'll see my picture. I have red hair in the picture. If you want to, are you familiar with my Hagatha character? My Hagatha character is a misgendered woman. A lot of people are offended by Hagatha. A lot. And that's fine. I don't care. You know, it's funny because I'll tell you what really hates me about this new drag community. This new drag community. Oh, they loved offending people. They loved offending people up until the time came to offend the LGBTQ community. As far as I know, am the only drag queen that has ever created a character that's a lesbian woman. And they don't like it. And the funny thing is, they can't really fully explain why they don't like it. And anytime I've gotten into a conversation with them, a lot of people accuse me of I am ruining the LGBTQ community. And I'll tell them, I go, listen, just because you say I'm part of that community doesn't mean I am. Okay. Yeah, you could put me in any box or label you want, but just I don't follow a cult. I don't follow a hive mind. So, sorry, but but anyway, so what the drag queens have been saying for years, because there are women who are offended by drag. There are some who don't like it, and yes, they do typically tend to be religious people. Whatever, I don't care why. And I tell them, they would say, oh, these women, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe they don't like it. You're a man dressed as a woman. A lot of times you do really crude things. You'll do stupid things on stage. You make some women think or take offense that you make them look bad. You'll just have to accept that that's how they feel and have the strength to carry on and do what you want. Really, that's what we do. But anyway, so I decided, you know what? Drag, I think, is getting old. It's getting basic and boring. No one has done anything new. Well, we've now entered a realm in our culture and society where we recognize trans people. We recognize people, the other letters of the alphabet that they've decided to lump in there, queer, questioning, I don't know, all that dumb shit. So anyway, I go, well, okay, I'm going to create a new character. I am going to be a misgendered, vegan, lesbian, intersectional feminist. I'm basically using every buzzword I can of all the people, these new people with new ideas. And you know what? I've created this character that people love to hate. They love to hate her. And I'm like, you know what? And people will write me privately and they're like, oh my God. Offensive tranny. I'm like, Hagatha's annoying, very annoying. She's everything annoying about everybody today. So not only am I a vegan, I've also thrown out I'm an abortion survivor. I was raised by my grandparents. I have fibromyalgia. I have chronic fatigue syndrome. And I'm basically, Hagatha is the biggest victim you have ever met. And if you try to be a bigger victim than her, she will try to out-victimize you. Okay, that's the whole concept of her. So, I will get messages from LGBTQ people and their supposed allies, which I think is so stupid. And they're like, what you're doing is horrible for the community. I go, what are you talking about? Because I'll still act like I'm the character when they're talking to me privately. We know what you're doing. I go, what am I doing? I'm just living my best life. I'm being me. What are you talking about? No, you're making us look bad. I go, how? What am I doing that makes you look bad? I'm just acting like one of them. They don't like it at all. Because Hagatha's ugly. She's a freak, I'm like, sorry. You've been dragging women for years. Heterosexual women for years. These new women, lesbians, trans women, whatever, you know what? They're part of our community. Why can't we absorb them and make them a part of the fun? Why not? They don't see it that way. Well, yeah, I mean, thank you, Lauren, because I do know women who they think they don't like the fact that men will dress up in lingerie and pretend to be hookers and shit on stage and masturbate on stage and menstruate, because they do all that stuff. And well, I think it's funny, and this is why I don't believe kids should be a part of drag, which is what Ricky Rebel was talking about today. And sorry, I've been backstage. I know what it's like. I'm part of the drag culture. Kids do not belong there. So I wish a lot of these stupid heterosexual mothers would stop it and get their kids out of thinking in the sexual world and put them maybe back into, academics and learning some math or something. I don't know. But I see no value whatsoever in taking a kid to a bookstore and having some guy who dresses up as a woman and looks like shit, because I'll tell you, it's very rare that a drag queen looks good in regular lighting, especially in a bookstore or a library. They look like monsters. They're like over 6 feet tall. They're wearing the shittiest makeup ever under office lighting, so they look like hell. And it's like, you're gonna let this person just sit there and read to my kid and tell them it's okay to be gay? No, I don't need that. I don't need them to do that. How about you take your kids somewhere and teach them how to, fry an egg or something? So many people don't even cook nowadays. Why don't you take your boys out somewhere and let a man show them how to change a tire or something, change the oil in their car? You coming to me so I can read your kid a stupid story dressed as a monster or a clown or as a painted up woman or a slut has no value at all. I don't understand the value in that. Oh, Adrian, just because you have a different opinion shouldn't spur judgment. It's insightful and should be recognized. Otherwise, you don't have a voice. Yeah, I just don't. Stupid. Yes, yes, yes. I love that video. Just me. It was to die for. Only wish more people could see it. How long does it normally take you to get into kitty makeup? It can take me up to 4 hours. If I do it quick, I've been really condensing the time down because I'm realizing there's lots of unnecessary steps, like doing a big thick line of eyeliner where you're sitting there forever trying to perfect this line and get the angle correct and the thickness correct. I wear these big monster eyelashes that cover half of my eyelid anyway, and then I realized I'm wasting my time. So I can get it down honestly to an hour. I love drag, but it's not for kids. It isn't for kids. It's an adult entertainment, period. That is. I mean, if they want to see, if you want to see people dressed up, if you want to see characters, go to Chuck E. Cheese. You can see some mouses, go to Disneyland. There's lots of places where you can go to see theatrical things, which drag is theatrical, but it's theatrics in an adult setting. It's an adult in nature. I don't know why they're pretending. I don't know why. And I don't know why they're so, why. I'll tell you the last thing. I mean, think about it, all you straight people. How many of you want to go to a nightclub or to a bar and see children? Like, why do you want that? And like, would you even want them to be a part of the experience? The whole idea is to get away from them. It's just, I don't get it. I have no, the last thing I want to do is if I'm a drag queen and I'm on a stage and I'm sitting there talking to the audience or performing, is to look out and see children. It's like, well, there goes the adult nature of the whole act. It's like, what's the point? And if adults want to be around kids and go to an amusement park, I don't know. But drag has always been a nighttime adult thing. It always has. And so I don't understand why all of a sudden we're pretending it's not. Just me. Don't cave in to the LGBT. Oh, I don't. They're nothing to me. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Yeah, my daughter loves you, but she's seen you do makeup, and we've talked about how people are different. The people they pick to read have been sex offenders. It is. I knew one. Well, I didn't know he's a sex offender, but I did know he was a prostitute. I saw an ad for a drag queen I know who did a book reading at a bookstore in a neighboring city, not far from me, a city I was raised in. And when I saw him, I go, I used to work with him in a club. He's a big drug addict. He actually sleeps with men for money. And this person is now reading to children, right? Okay. With all his acne from all his meth, he has a bunch of makeup packed on top of his acne. Because he's been up all night screwing guys for money. And now, I mean, it's just awful. And I'm like, I can't believe seriously that, and I know it's mothers doing it. It is, it's mothers doing it. Mothers, I don't know. They're fascinated. I think them personally, they're fascinated with drag, and that's great. Them and their girlfriends can go out to the gay bars without their kids, get drunk, throw some money at drag queens, stuff some money down some G-strings of a dancer, and have a great time. Why don't you just keep it where it's at? Why does the kid have to be involved? I don't get it. I don't want your kid there. Okay. I don't want a kid to run up to me as I'm dressed up as this character, pulling on my dress or my skirt, telling me that they love me. And it's like, I don't even want you here, kid. Just go. I'm not doing this for you. So I don't understand why. I don't know. I remember growing up there was a well-known club called Finocchio's in San Francisco. I've heard of that. I've heard of that name, and I don't know if it still exists. Far left lib mothers, no doubt. It is. I mean, it really is. I mean, and I hate to say it. I mean, I do love women and whatever, and mothers are wonderful. None of us would be here without a mother. But it's like, ladies, why are you doing this? Like, why? Why is it so important for you that your child be exposed to this culture? I don't get it. It absolutely, even if you're gay, even if you think your child is gay, there is this isn't, it's almost, you know what, it's like they think in stereotypical um ways. Oh, I think my child might be gay. Okay, well then I'm going to go and introduce him to some drag queens. Why? There are many gay people who don't even associate with gay clubs or the drag culture. In fact, I would think the majority of gay people don't. The majority of gay people are normal, everyday people who go to work and just put food on their table and live their lives. You wouldn't believe how many men that I know that are gay that look like mountain men, that are mechanics, that you wouldn't even assume they're gay because they don't fit the stereotype that TV has made everybody believe that we are. It's like, you wouldn't know that I'm gay if I'm not on here telling you. You could see me out in a car changing brakes, changing oil, doing yard work. You know what I mean? Going to Home Depot. It's like I'm a normal person. It's like, just because you have a attracted to the same sex, it certainly doesn't mean that everybody wants to dress up like a woman and parade. It's almost like a subculture of the gay culture. It's just dumb. In fact, I think what they're actually doing is dangerous by making them think, oh, you're gay. Okay, so then you should be dressing up like a girl and you should be wearing a thong and you should be waving rainbow flags. It's like, oh, so you're just assigning them this lifestyle. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. You know what it's the equivalent of? It's the equivalent of being, I guess, black and having black kids, and you automatically put gold teeth in their mouth and put big gold chains on them and assume that they're like part of the hip hop or rap culture. It's the same thing. I honestly think there's something offensive about it. If I was a snowflake, I would be offended. All right. For a long time, drag was not accepted by gays. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what? I know gays now who don't like drag. They don't like they don't like it at all. And there's also this idea with gay men that they don't like drag because they're like, well, why would I like drag? I don't want to be with a woman. So why would I even be interested in a man dressed as a woman? And I get that. I personally am not attracted to drag queens. I like men. So I don't know. It's all really weird. I think it's some strange thing. People think, oh, you're gay, so that means you like drag. No, that's not the case. Oh, I think my little Johnny is a girl because he put on my high heel shoes. Well, no, a lot of boys do that, and they play and they kick them off and they go ride their bike. I mean, you don't make that little moment such a monumentous like event in their life. They played with makeup, they played with a dress, they played with shoes. They were also playing with the dog. They were playing with other things. It's like, just treat it like it's any other object or toy and let them go on. Don't say, oh, Johnny, you like high heels? Oh, you can wear them anytime you want. In fact, we can buy you your own. It's like, Mom, I didn't ask for my own. I just put them on to play. That's it. It's like they want to mold them and turn them into these things rather than them discover who they are and what they like. Maybe your kid's going to, be a Satanist one day. You're not going to like it, but that's who they are. You only have so much input, and why you would want your child to to be a drag queen, I don't know. There's no reason. Why do you sexualize them? I think it's gross. I do. I think it's gross. In fact, I'll tell you, and I came from a family where my parents didn't talk to me about sex. They did it in school. It was in 5th grade. They separated the boys and the girls. They told the boys about their bodies. They told the girls about their bodies. Then they put them together. Then they talked about sex. And and granted, they didn't talk about gay stuff, but the thing is, I knew that I was gay when I was in the class. It's like they assume that like gay people are dumb and you don't know you're gay. You have to be told you're gay, or you have to be led to be gay. It's stupid. It's just dumb. And even when you're gay, boy, children come from heterosexual sex. We all know that. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'm going for pinky maroon because I'm going to be wearing blonde hair. So I'm going to pick this dark maroony color called Vibe. No, I'm not. I have to pick a medium color. Okay, I'm going to pick this. It's called Trouble. It's kind of a reddy pinky color. I put it in my crease. And the idea is I want this to spread beyond my crease. It's going to be very blended. But you know, one thing I do love is I love seeing there are popular, but there tend to be the older ones, which is fine. Drag queens that are getting it and they're thinking, wait a minute, I'm tired of all the kids. And, you know, I'm not here to entertain your family. I'm here to, you know, have fun in a club and make some money and whatever. You know what I mean? It's like there are some that are, but the funny thing is what I hate about the gay community, a lot of them, or LGBTQ. I keep forgetting the community is bigger than gays. But anyway, they a lot of them are just quiet. They just do what they're told because they don't want to. Yeah, it's funny because people, gays or whoever, would go to the gay clubs because they felt it was a space for them and they wanted to fit in and they wanted people to not harass them or they just wanted to feel comfortable around their own kind. I don't know. But anyway, but the thing is, it's kind of turned because now it's changed. You just don't go in there because you're gay or whatever. You have to now buy into the ideology. You have to think like them. So now gay clubs and bars and stuff really aren't for all gays anymore. Now the price of membership just isn't to be gay. The price of membership is to fall in line. Okay. The color is a lot richer on Instagram. It's a lot darker. So what I'm going to do is after I do this color, I will do a darker color right in that crease. And this is like, okay, the makeup brand is called Makeup Revolution. It's the first palette I bought that cost me money. And when I say money, I mean like $30. It was on sale. But I am sold on the fact that there are some items that you have to spend money on, and you just can't wear dollar store makeup. And this brand does it for me. It lets, yeah, it's worth the extra money because the product really blends. The colors are very true to the powders in the palette, and they're very saturated. So the color will really blend and go long and a far way without kind of disappearing in your skin. Because I know you know what that is. You'll buy makeup and you'll put it on. You're like, where the hell is it? Love the color. I'm leaving. Bye, Lauren. Thank you for joining. Pizza and anal. I think that is hilarious. Hi, James. How are you? Thank you, James. It's funny because right now I see it looks clowny and cartoony, but I've realized that if I don't do all this really dark and drastic, once I put on the eyeliner and eyelashes, which are jet black, then all of this kind of disappears. But like for you, those of you joining me, I'm off for 2 weeks. I took a 2-week vacation from work. Actually, I took a 2-week leave of absence. So I'm not getting paid for it. But because we worked so much overtime during the holidays at my work, I've been able to save up money. So like a week's pay and or 2 weeks pay. So I am taking that time off and I'm glad. I've always been one that I never use my vacation for its intended purpose as a vacation. I will always use it to leave work early. And I realized I actually need many days off in a row together. I would prefer that. Especially I'm old. I'm like 50 now, and it's like I need time to recover. So I clean this brush off. I'm gonna kind of just blend more. And if I have to, I'll add more white there. Okay. And what I'm probably gonna and then I'm gonna put some of this underneath too. It won't look good when I do it, but the end result, it'll blend in with the black and stuff and it will look good. Okay. That's really like, I don't know, with drag makeup, you gotta think ahead about the finished product and you gotta layer your makeup accordingly. And sometimes it won't make sense, but in the end it does. Okay, I'm gonna use a close-up mirror. Oh, you can see behind me my Union Jack flag. I don't, Instagram can't see it. I have a Union Jack flag right here. I put it, I used it in a video because I absolutely love what Ricky Gervais did at the Golden Globes. I just like, it was brilliant. It's like, I wish I had the opportunity to say those things in front of that audience. Okay, I'm halfway done dyeing my hair, baby. We'll be done at the same time. What color are you doing your hair? Did you ever say it and I missed it? Yes. Yes, Diane. Ricky rules. And I'll tell you, right when I saw him and I heard him, I went, I love you. I don't know what you do, but I'm going to find out. I never paid attention to him before. It was awesome. So I got him on Twitter and yeah, I'm a fan now. Okay, so I know this seems a little weird, I don't know, but it'll all come together. Yes, sir, James. I'm doing me. I don't know. It's something like I'm not one to do resolutions because I've lived long enough to know most of them are failures, and you really don't want to set yourself up to fail. But I don't know. I just kind of made it like a promise to myself. You know what? 2020, you are going to work toward the smile you have always wanted, and I guess really kind of take care of myself. I've always been the kind of person, I'm so concerned about others, and I put others in front of me, and kind of over that. Not that I don't want to not help people, but you kind of at some point got to make yourself a priority, and I never have. So that's why I'm taking my time off. I went to the dentist. I go to LA on Saturday to get my mouth scanned because I guess what they do is when they do Invisalign, they scan your whole mouth and then make your braces or your trays accordingly. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, you're doing dark brown. Oh, are you covering your gray? Is that the whole point? And I have this eyeshadow in the area. If you notice, I have 28 seconds remaining on Instagram. I'm once it ends, I'll jump right back into it. But this will aid as sort of a contour. See, this is going to pop out. So this will help sink this area in, which will make this more prominent. And I'm really trying to buff this out because I want as much pink to go down as possible. Okay, I'm going back on Instagram. It's weird. Instagram will only let you go live for like an hour. So I'm really going to keep blending all this out. And I'm taking a long time, you guys, because I keep talking. Okay. Now I'm going to take that that darker color I was going to before called Vibe. I'm going to take a more detailed brush. I don't know what color was on that before. Probably like a brown. Looks like it. It's weird. I'll do this to my shirts and it just washes right out. Okay, so I take the Vibe color and I put it right in the crease. You know, you see that line right in there? I put it right in there. Hey, James. You came back. Yeah, I don't know why Instagram cut you off after an hour. Yeah, it's still doing. Do you guys know what mukbang is? Mukbang is the where you eat. You basically eat on video, or you do a live broadcast of you eating a ton of food. I've done a couple of those before, and I'm thinking about doing one again. There are people who really like that. They like to watch other people eat, and of course, you'll get something really big. Like I did one with nachos once. I liked it, but there's this girl that I'll watch. I don't watch her religiously, but she goes by the name Hungry Fat Chick on YouTube. And I don't really like this camera. It defocuses. Well, anyway, her name is Hungry Fat Chick, and she's like a really fat girl out of Las Vegas, and she'll eat on camera, and the whole time people are telling her, "Oh my God, you're so fat. You're breathing heavy. You got to lose weight. You're going to kill yourself." But what's funny is she knows this stuff. It's funny because it's funny because all these like skinny people sit there and try to tell you, "Oh, you're doing this. You're hurting yourself." It's like, you think they don't know? Anyway, but that's what she does. She makes extra money, and she has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, and all they're doing is a lot of them are just talking shit to her. But she's making money. She's making money eating, and people watch her, and she's making money off of them. But yet they're there the whole time just talking shit to her. And granted, yeah, okay, it's unhealthy. You shouldn't be that fat, whatever. I would never tell anybody to get fat like that, but she knows what she's doing. I mean, she's not a kid. But I think people also like doing that. They like kind of telling you, oh, wagging their finger at you, telling you what you're doing is wrong or bad. It's like, whatever. Anyway, I'm thinking about doing that. Not to the extent that she does, but, and I know it's really kind of big in Korea as far as I understand. Okay, so I'm adding this dark color. I'm kind of deliberately placing it in this one area. And then I will, to kind of, so you could see my eyelids. Mark, are you there? I thought Mark walked in. I do this in our bedroom. I would love to have a studio. Oh, me and Mark have this long-term plan, We're hoping within the next like year and a half we can move to Oregon. Is she the one who chews loudly? I don't know. She's really fat and she has like black hair like this. She usually doesn't wear sleeves and her arms are really big. You had gray at 19. Oh my God. I remember your eating nachos video. Yeah. And I did a couple as Hagatha too. One time Hagatha, because she's a vegan. She claims to be a vegan. Well, she thinks she's a vegan. Marquina gives her foods and tells her that there's no meat in it, but there really is, and that's kind of the joke. The audience can see it, but Hagatha is just so naive. But anyway, I got a bucket of chicken once, and I ate like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces on camera, and I was telling everybody that it was vegan chicken, that it was soybean based, but with a chicken flavor. And there are people like, that isn't a thing, Hagatha. Marquina's lying to you. I go, she wouldn't lie to me, no. The funny thing is, after that, KFC came out with their vegan chicken, and I thought that was hilarious. They were saying, how can that drumstick be vegan? I said, what they do is they have plastic bones and they mold the tofu around it. And people are calling me a liar, things like that. But then the funny thing is, then KFC comes out with vegan chicken, and I thought that was so funny. All right. Hey, Matt's girl, how are you? Okay, now I'm gonna take that old brush and I basically want to just soften this, blend it in with the lighter color that I did earlier. Kind of like let it spread past where I put it, but I don't want to like drag it to a new location. Just let it kind of diffuse on the edges and marry the color underneath it. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'm going to kind of do with this darker color what I did with that lighter color, go on top of it. I made a little bit of money on Beyond Meat. Did you eat it? Oh, Greta, how are you? How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I even forgot that was you. Did I even know that was you? I don't know if I ever knew that was your Instagram handle. Oh, wait, Offensive Tranny is now on YouTube. How long have you been with your man? It's funny because we honestly, and maybe it's a guy thing, I don't know. We honestly forgot when we got together. And we were like, it's been like 6 years. It will be this March will be 7 years. Because Facebook reminded us. Oh. So I'm taking that darker color and I'm going right here. It's funny because we totally forgot when we got together. So we it's kind of funny. We both kind of have this attitude, like we got together, didn't know how, really, I guess, how long it's going to last. So we never really kept track of anything. And we just kind of like treated this relationship like it's been this 7-year date. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know, but I had been in long-term relationships before, and I think he may have been in one. But the funny thing is, we don't really talk about our old relationships with each other or anything. We just decided we're together and we're done. And it's funny because it's not like it has been this huge dramatic romance or anything. I actually really like our relationship. It's kind of mature and we have fun, of course, but I don't know. It's not real touchy-feely. We don't really buy into the whole, I don't know. I think people kind of take their relationships way too seriously, and we're not like that. We're not in an open relationship or anything weird like that. I don't know. We just kind of go with it. Haha, I don't post. I just watch a lot, but I just subscribe to you. Oh, thank you, dear. I appreciate that. I'm always very good with the dates. Well, wheelchair girl, that's because you're so young. Oh, trust me, I know. When I was your age, she's 24. When I was your age, oh yeah. You better remember my birthdays. You better remember everything. Yeah, I was one. I'm not saying that's how you are, but oh yeah, I'd be offended. You guys outgrew the drama over it. Yeah, it's really dramatic. A lot of you probably don't know this. Did you? I was married to a woman for many years, and it was like that. Very dramatic. I don't know. Maybe I should do a video. I should do a video someday. I probably will. I mean, it really is kind of a traumatic part of my past that I have not really kind of dealt with. But I'm putting more white here, and this is to catch any of the eyeshadow that falls, because it will fall, and it will ruin it for you. I'll talk about that sometime, Greta. Let me say, it took a lot for me to get to this point, and yeah, I'll talk about that one day. It's not a really like pleasant thing at all for me. I don't know. It wasn't my intention to talk about this anyway. Maybe I will one day talk about it. I'm just putting more, highlight in the areas that I want, to be bright and a focal point. So I'm going to do this and just leave this powder here. It kind of soaks in, Okay. And I'll just leave that there. Hey, Marion, how are you? Marion, you guys, is a fairly new American citizen. I thought it was a great story. I'll let her decide if she wants to talk about it, but she's a new citizen, and I thought it was really cool. All right, what am I going to do now? I know gay guys that were married and even have kids. Yeah, it's true. How many wigs do you got? There's some wigs that I have two of the same color because I would put on one wig, and I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", 300 pounds. I'm big. So I'd put on a wig, and it just looked really thin. So I would get a second one and put it right behind it, so it would be really full. So I have like 2 red ones, 2 blonde ones, 2 gray ones, 1 black one, but I sewed in more hair into it to make it bigger. I have a dark blonde one. I have a couple white ones, like they're very platinum. And then I have a brown one. So I have like basically one of every color of, like basic natural colors. Then I have my Hagatha wigs, which are rainbow colored, pink, purple. I have a rainbow straight one, a rainbow afro. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to even go darker. I'll put a dark brown in there and then try to blend those. There's a color called Snap here. It's a dark brown. I don't know if I'll like it, but we'll see. And kind of with this brown, I kind of want to, I don't want to go any, I kind of want to make a triangle. I kind of want to push this inward. Okay. Yeah, Marion, you're right. A lot of men who were gay, say in the 70s, 60s, 80s, whatever, if you wanted to have a family, because there was no, you didn't even dream that there was an option for two gay men to have children. And you know what? And maybe I'm old fashioned. Um, and a lot of people would disagree with me, and that's fine. I mean, we're all different. I didn't want, I wouldn't want to have kids. God, it's so hard to say that. But I didn't want, but then again, I'm older and you really couldn't foresee that even being a thing, that you could be gay and be with another man and have children and live your life. Especially when being gay back then meant something that it does now. Like being gay then kind of meant, mm, yeah, you're a stereotype, and you live in a certain area, and you live a certain culture and all this stuff. Like gay is a culture. It was. I don't. I but I think it was only like that because you weren't. You really couldn't have a family of your own, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. But yeah, like my first boyfriend, his dad was gay. Um, his dad was gay. Him and his mother and his father had divorced, and his dad went on to go live his life. And this was in 1985 when he was my boyfriend. We were in high school, and yeah, subculture. And so I would go to his house, and his dad knew that we were boyfriends. And his dad was gay, and it seemed odd to me because my parents are heterosexual, and I'd never been into a home where the adult or the parent was openly gay. So it was kind of uncomfortable because I wasn't used to it. But his dad was very nice and very gay. Um, but I thought his dad was too lenient too. I mean, we were still high school boys. I was a freshman. I believe I was a freshman or a sophomore. And he let us sleep together. And he knew that we were together. So I'm not that liberal of a person where I would allow my teenage son or daughter. I mean, and when I say teenage, I mean like 14, 15. I wouldn't let them sleep with their boyfriend or girlfriend, regardless if they're gay or straight. But whatever, that was their household, and we slept together in the same bed, and did our thing. But I didn't like that. I didn't want a family like that. I kind of, it's, even though I was gay, I wanted a traditional family. And I think that because that's what family looks like, when you're gay and growing up in that time period. But I honestly, I wouldn't want children without a female influence. And there are people who, they think, there are people who say, well, it doesn't matter. Love is love. Well, it's not always about love. It's always about, to me, it's not just about two people who love each other. I think that there should be, for me, I always enjoyed a feminine presence in the house. I enjoyed having a mom. I enjoyed having a woman in the home. So I definitely don't think that I would want to give my children a household of just men. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different. Like I said, I always liked women. I was actually, up until a certain age, I was more comfortable around women than men. And so I don't know. I don't know if I really kind of go for that. My kid will have to wait till they are 18 for that. Right? I know. Adrian, why not? They are going to poke those noodle in a bottle. I don't know. I mean, it's funny, Adrian. I mean, but I know what you're saying. Did you hear about the young gay activist in Australia who committed suicide from the backlash he got for standing up against the drag queen story time? I did. I think it's terrible. It's funny because typically gay people are crying that noodles in a bottle. I'm just having awful visions, Adrian. Um, I Yeah, the backlash. Yes, see, Amy, it's funny because the story that gay people love to tell are heterosexuals harass us. We're going to kill ourselves. It's violence if you don't accept us. If you call us names, it's violence. But the funny thing is, you have the gay community completely tearing up other members of the gay community, and they'll commit suicide, and it's okay. It's like, well, no, it's like, where's your tolerance? Where's your tolerance? You're gay. You preach tolerance. You should be more tolerant of anybody, and you're going to actually drive some kid to go kill himself because you're part of his community, and he should be able to turn to you for support. And what do? You make it so bad that he has to kill himself, and you're the gay people doing it to a fellow gay. You more than anybody. To me, they're worse than heterosexuals for doing that. I've always had more guy friends, straight and gay. Adrian says, my boyfriend broke up with me. Kill me. You know what, Adrian? I have noticed that gay men do tend to get a little dramatic in relationships when they get broken up on or whatever. Both sexes bring important characteristics to a family. Yes, I agree. And I'm like that. And I don't know. When a child is reproduced, they're reproduced by a man and a woman, and you can't deny that. And until what? Maybe next year someone will deny that. But no, they're already denying it, because when a trans person is pregnant, they will call it a trans man, won't they? So they're already changing that. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to tell you in the end, I'm 50, and luckily, hopefully I'll live to be 90. So I have 40 years left. Like I said, me and Mark are planning on we're planning on moving to Oregon, Southern Oregon, not Northern Oregon, completely different places. Kind of like Southern California, Northern California, completely different. We want to move to an area called Grants Pass, which is, Southern Oregon, where people can openly carry guns. Can you believe that? We want to live in a place like that where you have the freedom to do that, even though we're not going to carry guns. We just want to know that we can. I also want to. It's a red area of Oregon. They're more conservative, and it's small town. There's no traffic. It's a more homogenous area of Americans. They don't have a bunch of illegals there, so it's still an American culture. And it's a smaller place where they have farmers markets, and they have crafts, and they have fairs, and they have things like wholesome things. It's very wholesome, compared to, thank God you said Southern Oregon. I almost had a heart attack. But no, I've spent a lot of time in Portland through the year. I mean, in Oregon throughout the years, being a truck driver. Yes, I did fall in love with Portland years ago. I would never live I would never live there now, ever. I don't know. We just want a simple life. We want to be able to go to the store and not, have a million people in front of us. We want to drive. We want to be around English speakers. We want people who have the same values. We want, a charming little place. You don't get that here in Southern California. Those places don't exist. It's just, I don't know. We just want simpler living, quiet, peace, nature. I don't know. And yes, and we do know where we're moving. I've already checked into their community and the demographics and stuff. And yes, chances are us moving there, we will run into more rednecks than we do here. And I'm fine with that. We can blend right in with rednecks. We're fine. And we're also confident, and we're big men, and we're intimidating, and we're imposing. And if we have to, we will use it. But we kind of you can buy property cheap there. And we basically want to create, our own new world there. And we're both from here. We both have lived this California rat race for 50 years, and we're done with it. So whatever. And while California burns, we'll be up in the forest in Oregon. I'm planning on going to Portland in November Portland is a great place. It really is. I don't know if it's as bad as what they say, I mean, but we do see Antifa in the streets and we do see them, harassing people and stuff. Um, Wait, Wheelchair Girl said, I didn't realize that not everywhere allowed open carry. Oh no, California, no. In fact, okay, I was born and raised here. The first time I saw a gun actually displayed in public was in Texas or Arizona. And they had a gun in the back of their window of their truck. And I honestly thought that was something that people only did on television. Like I didn't know people in real life did that. And I saw that, and because being part of in California, being part of this culture, I instantly got scared. I saw this rifle in somebody's window and I got scared. And it took me a while. I'm like, well, why am I scared? I go, this is normal in a lot of parts of this country, just because, it's not normal in California, but it's normal here. And it just took me a while to get over it. But whatever. I mean, it's not that I'm like this gun person, but it's nice to know that you actually have the freedom to protect yourself. You know what I mean? You're moving to Washington. That's awesome. Adrian says, when I lived in Arizona, I was actually like, cool. I shoot with my dad up. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, Adrian, I have a friend that lives up there now. His name's Mario Estrada. I don't know if you ever come across him. But he's in Lancaster. I lived in the rat race in New York State, and I now live in a small town in Tennessee. People open carry here. Wheelchair Girl. Yeah, here there are so many people who open carry. I just assumed everywhere was like that. No. Mm-mm. And I'll bet you that I wouldn't be surprised if places that have open carry have less violent crimes. I bet you anything they do. Like, we have horrible crimes here. I live in San Bernardino. It's awful. And we have like amazingly like strict like gun rules and stuff. It's like, it seems like wherever the gun rules are the strictest is where it's actually the worst. Sounds lovely. I want to move out of Utah. Do you really? It is getting expensive and filling with illegals. You know what, Greta? I believe you, because when I worked in Oregon, when I was a trucker, and that was like 10 years ago, I was in Utah quite a bit. And I spent a lot of time like in southern Utah. And I met some people. It seemed like southern Utah was a little more rugged, the people were a little more rugged and stuff. They said they didn't appreciate the Mormons because the Mormons were deliberately actually doing their fellowshipping in Mexico in places with high populations of illegals, like say like in Southern California, to get them to move to Utah and get them to convert and stuff. That because they want them, of course. Why wouldn't they? I mean, they need more blood in their church to make money. So yeah, St. George. And they any religion depends on money, let's be honest. So they know Latinos tend to be religious people or superstitious people. So they were targeting them to absorb them into the church. In my neighborhood, I live in San Bernardino. For some reason, we have a ton of Jehovah's Witnesses here. And they are constantly in the streets, and they are knocking on everybody's door. But the thing is, they're all Latino, and they don't even approach me. Like, they won't even talk to me because they're not going to. They know that I'm probably not going to give them money or be able to speak to them. So they only now like bother Hispanic families. I don't mind guns, but after my ex, I couldn't have. I know that's a horrible thing. Yep, crime is mostly drugs and related. Yep. I used to be very anti-gun not that long ago, but my mind changed so much thanks to Caitlin Bennett. Well, offensive training. Okay, listen. First of all, okay. If you are like looked at as a marginalized, oppressed person, you know, I know it's a buzzword or whatever, but you're a target. Now, honestly, how is somebody weaker going to protect themselves? Like how would you okay, You could be a law-abiding citizen all you want. Okay. It's like driving your car. You could drive the speed limit, you could use your blinker, you could make complete stops, but that's not going to stop another car from crashing into you. It just isn't. So, that's what insurance is for, I guess, and hospitalization and stuff. But how do you protect yourself against a gun? Like, you can make guns illegal all you want, but people have them. So really, if you're basically a target, you're just a target without a chance. If you had that chance where you can have a gun, why wouldn't you want that? Like, I know people want to sound cool and woke and peace loving by saying, "Oh no, ban all guns." Well, you're only banning them from people who actually follow the law. That's it. I don't know. I don't get it. People just get caught up in all of the politics and the talking points, and they're the people that they love, that they look up to. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Why would you? Why would you? I don't know. Hey, sad fat unicorn, how are you? You know what? I believe I got a friend request from you on Facebook, and I cannot. Anybody that I'm friends with on Facebook, I am going to come back. I'm going to be back. I think it's in 16 or 20 days, around there. I've been getting a lot of friend requests and things like that. I know I'm getting messages. I'm not even looking at it because I can't do anything. If I accept a request, it doesn't go through. A lot of you sent me requests to join groups. I can't join them because I'm banned. I can see everything that's going on Facebook, everything, but I can't respond. So don't think you guys are being ignored, whatever. But I do prefer Facebook. I do. It's just a tool. I look at it as a tool, and it's something that I have used, and I've kind of perfected it, mastered it. And now that they're trying to get me off of it, eventually I know I'm going to be completely deleted. I know that because they'll only keep you around for so long. And I don't want that to happen. So I need YouTube and Instagram and things like that so everybody can come here. I'm good. Thank you, sad fat unicorn. I'm glad you are well. Up to 3 million lives are saved every year because of, I know, offensive tranny. And it's funny because, yes, okay, guns can create horrible evil and trauma. They can, but so can your car. So does fast food. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a tool. It is a tool. And if a criminal has this tool over you, how do you protect yourself? I mean, yes, the idea of a gun creates harm. It creates pain. It creates death. It does. But you can't just have that in the hands of certain people. And you just can't. I mean, like, you can't really create a logical argument of why people should not have the right to protect themselves against bad people. I mean, I'm up. Oh, yeah. Okay. 3 million. That number is huge. Wow. Yes. I totally miss you on Facebook. I know, and I miss you too. It just, it's weird. You kind of get into this groove of Facebook and the people that you're with and in your group, and everybody knows each other. It all kind of comes together, but I hate it. I really hate it. And honestly, I hope Facebook comes up with a paid version, because then they won't kick you off. If I paid you $20 a month for me to have a channel or a page on Facebook, you're not going to get rid of me. You want that money. And I wish they would go toward, look at there's Mark. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cheers.
See, Mark comes in all pretty with his wine glass. He comes in all pretty with his wine glass, and then he shows what a beast I am. That I'll just drink like straight liquor from a jelly jar.
I usually drink my wine from that jelly jar.
Oh, Greta says hi, Mark.
Hi, Greta.
First she said I, Mark, but then she corrected and said hi, Mark.
Yeah,
She's not the German one.
Oh,
Marion is. Marion's on YouTube. Oh. So Mark brought. Oh.
Did you chase her?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Because you're manly.
I'm a man. I'm a man, and I can take it. I drink. I do. You guys, as dainty and feminine and as pretty as you guys think I am, I drink straight booze. I drink straight booze because I'll be honest with you. unless I'm out somewhere, then I kind of like the whole like sitting with a cocktail, you know what I mean, and just kind of nursing it and you know stirring the ice around and mixing it. But when I'm at home, I just want a drink and I'll just down it and everything's great. His back better. Mark is doing Marky Mark. Yeah, Marianne's called you Marky Mark. Okay. She's the German one who just became a citizen. Anyway,
Good
so
for her.
I know. Isn't that great? Okay, so yes, Greta. Mark is doing great with his back. A lot of you don't know he had his back fused. He had 2 vertebrae, 3 and 4 was it?
Mhm.
3 and 4 fused together. And you know that they used a dead person's bone fragment. So I'll tell him, I go, yuck, you have like a dead person in you. Anyway, so he got that done. And honestly, like he couldn't have a better recovery. Mark is a very active person. He's kind of, you know what? Okay, I don't want to say active. He's antsy. Mark always has to be doing something, working on a project or whatever. He's not running marathons or nothing, but he's always doing something. He'll like be working on a piece of wood, put it down, and then go do something with the animals. Put that down, go take out the trash. It's like he's constantly in motion of doing something. And so it's killing him that he has to sit around and recover. And I think, okay, he is doing a healthy level of resting. He's not fully just sitting on his ass doing nothing like the doctor would want him to, but he is doing what he normally does at a lighter pace. How about that? He won't lift, if he needs something heavy lifted, he'll ask me. Because he definitely wants a good outcome of this because he has been suffering with back pain for quite a while. And so he is following his doctor's orders, but he's also pushing the limit he can where he knows he can. But yeah, he's doing great. He does not regret the surgery. He's part of groups and he watches videos of other people who've had the same surgery. And I'm sure you all know somebody who's had a surgery like this. He followed doctor's orders. Mark's not fat. So a lot of people who I guess there's the experience Mark is having with people he's like been networking with or watching videos and such. They tend to be overweight. They tend to be lazy. They tend to cry and bitch and complain. And the thing is, it's not easy. Getting a surgery of any kind is not easy. So if you just sit around in bed and just cry and bitch about your pain or your situation, the longer you're going to lay in bed and bitch and cry about your situation. So he's just not in that funk. He is grateful for the surgery. He's grateful for, everything that he's gone through. And he's having a great time. I don't want to say a great time. He's having a great recovery. So, it's getting better every day. So thank you for asking and being concerned. So glad Mark is well again. He is. Well, now I'm an American from German heritage. You're right. Hey, Marianne, do you want to be called wait. Okay. See, Mark hates the term African American. Hates it. Because he's a black guy and he's an American. He's an American. You don't even have to put black in front of it. He's an American. Okay. But if you had to describe his aesthetic, yes, he's tan. He's a beige American. Okay. No, okay. If you have to label him, he's a beige American. Okay. So, Marion, do you want to be called a German American? No, a Nazi American. Hey, Marion, have you ever run into anybody who just assumes because you come from Germany that you're a Nazi? Like, have you ever run into that at all? Jesse Jackson introduced the phrase African American. Did he? Well, you know what, Greta? It's a great way of separating people, isn't it? Great way. Hey, you know what, you guys? I was going to do a video on this. Do you think for 1 minute, that Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton wants racism to go away? Like, if they had a magic wand and they could wave it right now over like the United States and say, if they can like do a spell or a prayer or whatever to actually, and they knew for sure that racism would disappear, do you really think they would do that? No, they wouldn't. I know they wouldn't. Like I would bet my whole 401k that they would not want racism to go away. Of course they wouldn't. And we know why. Just like any group. Okay. Let's say, and and I'll tell you, I need to investigate the people behind the LGBT movement and community. The last thing they want is for gay people to be happy. Like, honestly, it would be the worst thing in the world for, let's say, yeah, Greta says they are poverty pimps. They would lose their income. Yep. They love racism. It's their reason for existence. Of course. I mean, like, people never really sit and think about these things. I do all the time. Okay, even the people behind feminism, right? This big push, because they want all you women to think that you're suffering, right? And they're like, men are just like doing so well in life, like, we just have everything. The last thing they want is for women to say, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. I've been working my whole life. I have a normal life. I'm not oppressed. I own property. I vote. Why are you trying to convince me of my own oppression? It's like, if you have to be convinced of your oppression, it doesn't really exist. Okay. And the thing is, they want to pretend that only certain people can be oppressed. Like, you're only oppressed if you're a woman. You're only oppressed if you're darker than a beige color. They want to pretend that you're oppressed. Basically, if you don't have a penis, you're oppressed. Okay. But they never talk about, really, anybody can be oppressed. You can be oppressed for any reason at any time. We have already seen the gay community can oppress another gay person and push them to suicide, as we have recently seen. So it's Black people oppress each other constantly, all the time. White people do it to each other. Everybody does it to each other. Just because you're part of a certain group doesn't mean you're oppressed. And I'm sick and tired of that conversation. But the last thing Jesse Jackson wants is for Black people to not feel that they are oppressed. That's how he makes his money. That's his industry. That's an industry. It is a huge industry. Marion says, I've been called a Nazi. When I was done with that guy, he was crying, and I never raised my voice or touched him, but I let him have it with quiet words. He'll never call anyone a Nazi again, I'm sure. Good, Marion. I could just so see you doing that too. And you probably did it with so much class and grace. Wait, hey, Cuckoo Games, you say you're oppressed. I was married to a Black Greta, I was married to a Black political family in New York. I have stories. Oh, Greta, you would do that? You would marry one of them?
That's funny.
Ooh. Oh, wait, Mark, did you hear that?
What?
Never mind.
About marrying one of them?
No,
That's funny.
I didn't say it. Oh, wait, you were there the whole time?
Shockingly enough.
Wait. Oh, Cuckoo Games. He goes, well, I'm a gay Mexican. Okay, Cuckoo, let me ask you this. Who is giving you more shit for being gay? Other Mexicans or white people? I know the answer to that. It's going to be your own kind. I know that. You know what's so funny, you guys? I know a Mexican guy. And the funny thing is, when I say, like, it's like we'll say those words, he is an American guy who is of Mexican heritage, okay? Because, let me fix this camera. It's been messed up the whole time. I'll tell you a lot. Okay, the Latinos I grew up with, they identify as American. They don't even call themselves Mexicans. Something happened where all of a sudden these Latino Americans are no longer American. They are the other place where they don't even live. And it's like, he told me, and he's roughly around my age. I tend to like people. The people who really kind of can laugh about things and not take things so seriously tend to be 35 and older. In my life anyway, I've noticed that. So this one friend of mine, and I've known him for a couple of years now, He's a Mexican dude, or Mexican heritage, whatever, but he's a fully American guy. He said, he came up to me and he knows what I do online. He knows all about me and everything. And he said, "Hey, you know what? I went as Halloween this year." I said, "What?" He goes, "As a Mexican." I go, "How'd you go as a Mexican?" He goes, "Oh, I wore a sombrero and one of those like blankets type of things, and he wore huaraches." And I just thought it was funny. It's like, and I loved him because I'm like, you have like a great sense of humor. It's like it'd be me like it'd be like me dressing up as a redneck. Like, "Oh, what are you for Halloween?" "I'm a redneck." I would wear like a plaid shirt with cut off sleeves, jeans with holes in them, maybe a straw hat or even a cowboy hat or whatever. And I would, look like, really white trash it up, wear a mullet or whatever. But it's like, I love people like that. It's like, why do you take yourself so seriously? Okay, so God, I haven't been doing makeup. I've just been talking. Okay, so I'm gonna further contour my nose. Greta says, "Good friends." Oh, you're black. Okay, so your ex-husband's family, they were good friends with Don King and Sharpton. Oh, that's awesome. I bet you have some great stuff. Marion says, "I can get quite testy, but I won't yell." Well, no, because you're a lady. That's why. You're a proper lady. Wait, YouTube is hiding messages. Let me show them. They do that to me all the time. You guys have no idea. Like, I'll get comments from you, and YouTube will hide them and say, "Do you want to show it or do you want to get rid of it?" Amy says, "Trump actually financed Jesse Jackson's presidential run, because he's so racist and all." Yeah, that's a
I've
good.
heard that one before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark even heard that Trump financed his presidential run. Very interesting. You don't see that on the front page news, do you? You know what's so funny? If you can actually look online, and you could see um the black woman that Trump dated at one time. You never hear about that ever, ever, ever. And I think it's hilarious. I mean, granted, okay, people want to split hairs. She's not fully black. I mean, you could tell. But then again, even any American black isn't fully black. But anyway, they're just not allowed to acknowledge their white side. But anyway, isn't that interesting though? Think about it. Okay, so like all the white people, let me like target all the white people first. Let's say, okay, I did my DNA test, and I found out I'm a certain percentage of Portuguese and Spanish, African even. Okay, so well, I guess if you want to be technical, they will say that Spanish people are white. Okay, non-Aryan, how about that? Okay, I have a certain percentage of me does not come from like lily white Europeans. Okay, how about that? All right, I'm doing this color right now. It's a contour color, and I'm basically redrawing my nose. And a lot of people don't realize that your nose shape actually goes right into your eyebrow. So you would like the bridge of your nose, like this line goes right into your eyebrow. Anyway, so imagine, okay, you're a white person and you find out you're like a certain percentage German, a certain Italian, or whatever it may be, European. Imagine people telling you, okay, you're white, but you cannot I guess identify with your Spanish roots, even though you are a percentage of it. You cannot identify with your Greek roots because you're white, so you can only be British, or you can only be German, or you can only be Swedish, or whatever. Well, now imagine like these black people. Black people do their DNA tests. American blacks, I should say. They are a huge percentage European. Huge. Mark is like 51%. like verified European blood. Okay. And the funny thing is, American Black people are actually more connected to their European blood than they are to African blood. They won't admit it though. And yes, I will say, at one time in history, if you're one drop black, you're black. Okay. Yeah, we get it. That used to be, that was a policy. Just because it's a policy doesn't mean that you're not allowed to recognize it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so stupid. You know, and for all I know, the 2% African I have in me could have come from the days where the Moors actually enslaved white people. I have no idea. I don't really give a shit either. But I don't know. It's like, why are you not allowed to? Let's say if you're black, all of a sudden, what, you have to like hip hop music and follow that shit. It's like, or because you may be Mexican, you may be, you know, a large percentage Mexican, but you also see, oh wow, I'm 20% German. Why is it that you have to like be a cholo? You know what I mean? It's that kind of shit that's so annoying. It's so annoying. Okay. Nose trick I use your oh really? Do you really, Marianne? That's cool, huh? Now, of course I do it darker, but I basically make stripes right here, and then I'm going to use this brush to kind of soften that line. Okay, I mean, because you really don't want to see the line. You just want it to create a shadow. And really my inspiration when I am doing my nose, I am going for a blend of Michael Jackson, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Morgan Fairchild. They have like narrow noses that are constructed that do not exist in nature. And you know, I just try to make Kitty look like she's had a nose job. Okay, I can go a little darker there. But what's so funny about these like supposedly woke liberal people is they love concentrating on anything that is other than, say, like white. Like all of a sudden, for some reason, it's bad. And I don't get it. Like, it doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just, why can't it just be? Like, it's because it's all a fad. Just like you see all these stupid, like, new genders that are coming up that all of a sudden you're like, what? What the hell's that? It's just a new fad. It's just a fad. You remember when, and I kind of liken it to, and I knew people who did this. I actually still know people who do this, but they're older now. Like, do young people cut themselves anymore? Like, do you know, like, are any teenagers in high school still taking razor blades and cutting their arms? Like, I honestly think it was just a fad. I work with a couple people. Like, since I've been at Amazon, I've encountered two people, specifically two people that cut themselves. Like 30-year-old people. And it's like, I give it no attention. I look at the bandages and the scars on their arm. I don't even care. Like, you are not getting an ounce of attention from me from it. And they'll like wear short sleeve shirts and you can see the bloody band-aids. And then you can see a million scars above it where they have been cutting for years. And I'm like, that's funny. I don't see any kids doing that anymore. If it was such a thing, if it's a disease or a condition, how come it stopped? Or maybe it didn't stop and I just don't know it. But I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that you don't hear about it or see it anymore. But I am seeing it on, like I said, these 30-year-old adults that used to do it when they were part of that time period where people were doing it. And it was on the talk shows and stuff. Now I don't see it no more. I don't know. Okay. I had to pay for a nose job to achieve what you do. Did you? You got a nose job? If I found you sooner, you would have saved me a ton of money. Really? Oh, Mary. Oh, yeah. Okay, Greta. Hyper focus on race is so boring. It totally is. It's like, why is that like so important? You really didn't do nothing to earn it. You didn't. Just like sexuality. You earned nothing to get it. Like, oh my God, when I was a social worker, cutting was a huge deal. Every teenage client, right? Marion says, we'd be foolish not to use Billy's tricks and expertise, Diane. Amy says, I'm 92% European with some Spaniard thrown in. I know. It's so, I don't get it. Whatever. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now that I did that, I'm going to go back with that white powder and go along. See, because you see how it's dark here, but it kind of goes down in here. I don't want that there. So now I'm going to reintroduce the white again to narrow the nose. You want to know funny? Another funny thing is I've known, and no, not every like Hispanic person I know that is like this, but they'll sit there and they'll, these newer people, these new cool woke people, whatever. They'll sit there and talk so much shit. Okay, they're a Mexican person, right? And they'll talk shit about white people, but you'll look at their magazine covers, and it's all white people. They're all white people. They go, well, yeah, but they're Mexicans or Spaniards. Go, right. They're European. Like, the only reason why Mexico exists is because Europeans invaded it and took it over. Like I don't know, do they think they were like Mexico from the day it was created? No, you were all just Indians or, Mayans and Aztecs, and then Europeans came in, instilled their culture, which is a culture you completely love and you completely worship, but it's a white culture, but yet you're going to pretend that it's not? Okay. Okay, so I take this white powder and I make a line as thin as I can down the center. And I put this white dot here. That's going to be like the tip of my nose. I'll later go over this with a highlighter, which is basically, it's no color. It's just a light enhancing product. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take, okay, so like the dark color I did on each side, it's still on this brush. I'm going to put it right underneath here, the new tip. And it will just sort of to darken it. I'll put that color right here too. I'll just use what's already on the brush. Okay. So I'll let all that, God, it's taken me forever. I've been on camera a lot with you guys. It's been 3 hours right now on YouTube. Jeez. Hey Mark, what are we gonna do for dinner?
I don't care. We still got.
Where are we gonna go?
Pie.
Where are we gonna go? I don't think we don't have enough for dinner, do we?
Maybe not. Probably not.
Okay. Mark made shepherd's pie yesterday. Marion, you might know what that is. But it was so good. That's like one of his things he makes a lot. He likes that. It's good. I never had it really until I got with him. I never even heard of it. But it's really good. Okay, I need to speed up with this makeup. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my blush, which is also going to work as a contour. So take this brush, dip it into my blushy contoury thing. I'm basically gonna follow this gray line that I made with my other contour powder. And kind of work toward my mouth. I don't want it to be really thick, but as you see, it will start sinking that area in, which is what I want. And Instagram cut me off again, but I will go back on. There we go. It's hard. I can't believe I'm taking 2 weeks off. I did it last year too. I can't remember when I did it. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to take time off. But I won't do it if I can't afford to do it, then I won't do it. All right, so now I'm going to clean this brush off. And I'm going to take this powder and I'm basically going to go up with it because it's dark here. I want it to get a little darker here, then eventually fade into nothing. So just go up with it. Sometimes I'll like stiffen the brush. I'll stiffen the brush and then sweep upward to, because like you see that line, I don't want it there. I mean, it will be there. How can I put it? It's not going to completely go away. I just want to soften it. The idea is to give dimension, to give like a feel of roundness. Sorry, I'm back. I'm not oppressed. I just like watching. You're so stupid. I know you're not oppressed. You live in the United States. You live in Southern California. You're not homeless. Nobody's burning crosses in your yard. You're employed, or you can be if you want to be. I know you're not oppressed. K&W Productions. Oh my God, I'm starving too. Oh my God, it's Kirsten, isn't it? I'm getting it. Hey, do you guys know of Smool or? Okay, I'll tell you what it is because I know some of you aren't going to know. Smool is a karaoke social media platform. So what you'll do is like Smool, I'm sorry, KW Production. I knew her as Kirsten before. Okay. She's on Smool. I found her on there. She found me. I can't remember how it happened, but me and her have sang songs together. So what you'll do is, if you're like to sing, I like to sing. I'm not a great singer, but you know, I had fun. I learned to like karaoke and stuff. But anyway, so what you do is you go on there, you create a profile, you search the library for a song you like, and you'll look it up, and you could select to either sing it by yourself or to do a duet with somebody else who wants to do a duet with people. So let's say, okay, the last one I did Vogue by Madonna, and I did it with my blonde wig on. Okay. And I decided to make it a duet. So what I did was, it'll tell you on the screen, you only sing certain parts of the song. So I sang my parts, and then the rest are empty. And what happens is, if other people want to sing with you, they will select your song to sing with you, and you can make a music video with it. It's really neat and it's fun. I'll do it sometimes as Hagatha, and then sometimes I'll do it as Kitty. But I won't do it as myself because I'm self-conscious. So as long as I have the disguise on, I'll do it and I'll get all into it, everything. But it's fun. But yeah, she kind of led me there. It's I love it. I don't do it a whole lot, but I probably will this week now that I'm off for 2 weeks. Okay, so this blush color, I'm actually introducing it into my contour up in here because nobody is a flat color. You're not just white, you're not just brown, you're not just black. You have different colors within your skin. Typically that color is red, it's pink, it's orange, it's a warm color. You want to add that back into your skin or you'll kind of look non-dimensional. Okay, I've been your friend since Facebook Walk Away LOA, and I'm a Hagatha cheerleader. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I'm back. I'm okay. Okay, so Greta says, I have to pick up my daughter. Thanks for going live. I adore you. Thank you, Greta, for joining me. I adore you. Can't wait to see you back on Facebook again. Okay, so at this point, like in my makeup, it requires a lot of like blending and, getting the colors to meet without being so stark, different from each other. So I spend a lot of time. I'll like kind of designate a brush for blending. Where is it? Okay, right here. This is kind of like my blending brush. There's some white powder on it. But you'll kind of just buff, to get these colors to blend together and look good. Because the more you blend it, the more convincing it is. Harsh lines, are the first thing people are going to see. But I mean, yes, you definitely see the color difference here. I mean, that's what you want, but you don't want like a straight, clean line. You want them to blend and meet. Because you're supposed to think that this is big, and then this gets skinny in here, and then this gets bigger again. We know that's not what's really going on. But you want to try to achieve that as much as possible. How much do you charge to paint a bitch? I've never done that. I have no idea. I mean, I don't really, I guess it's something I haven't thought about because I don't really have a whole lot of time right now. I mean, maybe one day I can, but I don't really. It's kind of a difficult thing. I don't know. You kind of like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I really haven't thought about it. I don't know. No one's ever asked me that. Okay, eyebrows. I'm going to use this pencil or pen, really, I got from Amazon. I gave my other one to my mom because she looked awful one day and I like couldn't stand it. So I said, Mom, please take my eyebrow pencil. So this creates kind of like hair strokes. There are some people who like just a solid black eyebrow. I don't. I kind of like the realism of hair. I guess for me, some hoes be charging $100 an hour. The reality is you can go to MAC, buy one product, and they'll do your whole face. But I know what you mean. You want drag makeup. I mean, because it is different. Drag makeup's different than traditional. And it's only because you're painting it on a man and they need more makeup and more contouring. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this. I probably should have gone so dark because I'm going to do blonde. Maybe I'll wear my dark blonde hair. Okay. Okay, eyeliner. I used this eyeliner last week. It was like, I absolutely loved it. It is basically a big felt pen, and it's great. It's not liquid, it's not gel, it's not a pencil, it's like a pen. It's like a Sharpie. It's just like a Sharpie with a sharp end, and it's awesome because it goes exactly where you want it to go, you know. And I don't know, it's just like, I love it. Now I do my eyes, like I don't really follow my eye shape because my eyes kind of droop. Like the beginning is here, but the ending is down here. It's kind of going this way. So I color it in a way where it doesn't look like that. What do you think of AJ and the Queen? Okay, so AJ and the Queen is, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know a whole lot about it. I haven't watched it. AJ and the Queen is a new show on Netflix with RuPaul. And I believe, and Cuckoo, I don't know if you're old enough to remember BJ and the Bear. From what I understand, they're playing off that title and idea of BJ and the Bear. BJ and the Bear was a show about a man who was a trucker and he had a monkey as a co-pilot or as a buddy or something. From what I understand, AJ and the Queen kind of goes along the same lines. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not going to say I know, but AJ is a child. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, isn't AJ like a trans child or a non-gender binary questioning queer whatever I need attention child? So I don't know. I do know that I have been reading the reviews. I've been in forums where people are talking about it, and these are gay people. A lot of gay people are saying it's stupid, it's cheesy. Which I do get that because drag tends to be that, and RuPaul tends to be that. My problem is the child. I don't know. I just have an issue with children in drag. I don't want to. I don't want to see kids. I don't want to see kids involved with it. I'm not, I'll be honest with you. I'm not entertained with kids. I'm just not entertained with them. I'm not watching Nickelodeon, or you know what I mean? I'm not entertained with them. I don't care. I mean, great. We've all been kids. And think about it, we've all been children, and it's such a small part of our life. Why do I want to be I don't. Why the gay community is so obsessed with children right now, I'll never understand. Usually they're obsessed with strippers. I mean, in the club. And I don't know. And there's a part of me that believes, I'll tell you, the innocent side of it. I believe that a lot of these gay people are involving kids because they think it's going to somehow fix something in them from their childhood, or they feel like, you know what, I was never accepted as a gay child, so I'm going to accept every child as gay type of thing. You know what I mean? I think it's overkill. I think they're kind of doing it more for themselves. I don't know. And I think they think it's legitimizing what they do. It's legitimizing them as an entertainer. If you can get kids involved. I really don't know. I'm still trying to figure out why they care so much about these stupid kids. But anyway, when they're not even having them. I mean, how many drag queens even have children? I don't know. I don't get it. But I don't like the show. First of all, I haven't seen it, but I'm not going to watch it because there's a kid. I don't care about the kid. I don't care. But I don't know. See, to be gay means you have sex with your same gender, your same biological sex. I don't understand why that's a story that has to be told, or why that. I don't know. Maybe I'm a horrible gay person, but I just don't care. I don't know. It's like, anyway, so I hear the whole show with RuPaul, and it's kind of cheesy. It's sort of cliche. I don't know, but okay. So Cuckoo, I want to see what you said. Yeah, she isn't. Dude, it's such a creepy pedo. Is it really? It's a pedo friendly show, and you guys, Cuckoo is gay. Okay, so I believe him. I just don't. Oh, Kimber says I think it's overkill too. Oh, you watching any of the? Oh, Amy, is it on yet? Yeah, I want to watch it. In fact, you know what? I may do like a live, like watch it while we're on camera. Once I finish this, it's already been 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's because I'm talking. That's why. But I don't know. I don't really care about kids. Like, I'm not saying I don't care about kids. I don't. I mean, I love kids. I really do. But I don't want them. I don't want them in. I don't think. I don't think there's a value in them being a part of the adult gay culture. I don't see it. I just don't. I wish someone would explain it to me, but I don't see it. No dem debate here. I don't have the patience, I bet. My daughter is acting bi-curious, which is just kind of odd to me because I know she's not gay, lol. If I'm wrong, I don't care if she's gay. But it's like I'm an in thing. Yeah, Kimber, I do agree with that. I honestly think for a lot of you parents, I think when kids are exploring gay, I think it's because it's a fad. I think, and I completely believe that because all of a sudden everybody, if you no, I don't want to say gay. They want to be a part of this alternate culture that they're seeing where everything is rainbows and fun and everybody's made up and they're all in costumes and living these alternate fantasy lives. I think that is attractive to kids. I do. I mean, Disneyland, characters, cartoons, that's all. And that's really what they're pushing, this drag culture and gay culture on kids. Is it's fun, it's a party life. It's, everybody loves each other. No, they don't. I'll tell you right now, in the gay community, there's more hate than in the straight community. It's awful. And so they're just pushing this agenda and this lifestyle and of fun and being free and being yourself. And it really isn't like that. It isn't, I'm telling you. Yes. Oh my God, Cuckoo. Jinx Monsoon makes so many gross jokes. I'll tell you, I really, when Jinx Monsoon was the drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race, he eventually won the show. Like, he won $100,000 and he became Drag Queen of the Year, Superstar of the Year. He performed a couple times at the club, and I think, I remember you worked at the club. I don't know if you were working there when he came to the club, but he was disgusting. Like, he kept harassing cocktail servers, and he was insisting that because I was the driver, I would take him back to the hotel room. He was insisting like I would stop and pick up random guys on the road so he can take him home. And I'm going to be gross right now. And because he'd want to eat their asshole. And he goes, please, I want to find some sexy Latino guy to take him back to my room and to eat his ass. He's also a huge, disgusting drunk. He was really pissed off when the bar stopped serving him at 2:00 because he wanted to be special and thought that he could, drink after 2:00, which is the legal drinking time in California. He was probably one of the worst people that I had ever dealt with as far as drag queens. Him, Violet Chachki, and Sharon Needles. They're the worst. Okay. I better get this going, huh? Anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on here, I'm going to do, I love these liquid eyeshadows. I'm going to do like a copper color. Let me see. These are fairly new to me, so I'm not really sure about them. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the, because it's kind of like a pink or a reddish, I'm going to do like a copper or a bronze. Okay, rose gold, and then there's bronzed bell. I'll do the bronzed bell, and then I'm going to do like a dot of maybe a silver color or a gold color right there to kind of give it more dimension. Kimber says, Daniel, how did you just tag me in the comment? That's neat. Okay, at 9 p.m. Eastern, so that's 6 p.m. here. So that means it's an hour and 10 minutes away. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, where all this is, I'm going to paint that like a bronzy color of glitter. I love these. You just like pull this out. It's a liquid eyeshadow, and it's awesome. It just goes on. It will leave like a metallic. God, I'm scared though. Well, whatever. I'm going to do it. Okay. So I am just going to paint my eyelid. Like I said, it's a glittery metallic color. It's wet. It goes on wet, but it will dry. And I don't want to color that dark line right there that I made prior. Okay. I'm really like that. Okay. And I'm kind of just coloring like the ball, like where I can feel my eyeball. And I know not everybody's eyes are like that, but I can feel my eyeball. I'm only kind of coloring over the ball area. All right. Hi, Liz. How did you just oh, never mind. That's an old one. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'm probably going to do another coat of it. I just had, you know what? Okay, so I work at Amazon, and do you know, like in Amazon, we have our own chat feature. So we have like kind of like an inner office email type of and chat service. I have a friend from Amazon sending me messages right now from work. It's like, sorry, bitch, I'm not working right now. All right. Oh, I do like this. Okay. All right. And you know, I used to wear like a really, really thick line of black eyeliner. And I'm like, well, when I do that, you don't see my eyelids anymore. But there's a lot of like drag queens that don't have eyelids. So they just like kind of create new ones. And it's like, I'm blessed. I have real eyelids, so I will use them. I'm going to curl my eyelashes right now. It really helps to curl your natural lashes before you put on the fake ones. All right. Okay, so that's dry. I'm going to take like this, like a really gold, and I'm going to dot it like in the center and then kind of blend it. Okay. Marion says, those work messengers record everything you type. I know they do. And you know what? I've told people that, like, we'll be chatting, and I'll say to my friends, like, do you think we really should be saying this on company equipment? Okay, so I'm going to do the gold right there. I kind of do it right like in the center of where my eye is, like the color or the black of my eye. And I'll kind of pat it. Okay. Hey, Gabriel. All right, so then I will put on, okay, so since I put on these big, huge eyelashes, I no longer put on all this black, but I will do it right here. I am good, Gabriel. How are you? Yeah, all the companies record everything. I know. I feel guilty buying from them, but I've noticed the prices are creeping up. You're right. Okay, yeah. Anybody who shops at Amazon, okay. This is okay. So I mean, I've been working there for what 4 years now, so I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll go shopping and I'll see things. How do you not blink? I don't know. It just I've been doing it for many years. Um, so okay, you guys know I work at Amazon. Okay, so what I typically do is say if I'm in a store and I'm shopping, I will find the product. Like say if I see something I absolutely like, say I love this. Say like if I find this on a shelf, I'll go, oh okay, and I will look at the color. This is called Deep Plum. I will go on my Amazon on my phone and I will type in the name brand Deep Plum and I will look at it and I will see the price. If it's cheaper on Amazon, I'll buy it right then and there. But if it's not, I'll buy it off the shelf. I have discovered that there are things that are actually more expensive at Amazon. You really have to research, but there are times that people will automatically just think Amazon's the go-to cheap place and it's not. So yeah, you have to like really pay attention to that. But yeah, Amazon isn't always the cheapest. Does your name highlight when you type in yours? Oh, Diane. Oh, you guys are having separate kitty cat chats. How cute. Oh, I like that. Kitty cat chats. That's a good thing for me to use. Okay. My lips. Let's put on some lips. This is a burgundy color. I'm going to sharpen it. I found a sharp pencil is like so important when doing lips. Are you on your way to a show? No, I'm not. I'm gonna make some YouTube videos. And I'll probably do like a live thing for some part of the Democrat debates. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to use a burgundy pencil, outline my lips. I completely fake a big lip. Like I'm nowhere near my normal lip color, my lip shape and size. Is it tonight? Yeah, Democrat debates are on tonight. I guess 6 o'clock Pacific. That's what I know. Okay. Now my bottom lip, I like to start it at its natural point, but then I'll go way down. Like I have this crease in my chin right here. I go down to the crease. Okay, so you see, this is where my real lip ends. Every time I do this, I'm reminded of how little my lips really are. Oh, your friend passed away. That's sad. How long has it been, Marion? When I do my lips, they look different every time I do it. I haven't really settled on a signature lip color or lip. I got chicken lips. Um, they always look different. But I do go a lot bigger. I think it's because my face is so big. I gotta go, Billy. Get stream. Thank you. We'll see you later. Have a good night. Because my face is so big and my eyes are just so big and everything, I have to have a bigger mouth. I mean, otherwise I just have like A red line. Okay.
You can go out front. Come on here.
Oh, 8 p.m. in Texas. All right. Oh, what part of Texas are you in? I have family in Texas. Fort Worth. Yeah, I have family in like Burleson. Let's see. Okay, so I put that line on. And now I'm gonna take a lip brush, clean it off. You see, I already have a bunch of lipstick on it. The older you get, the thinner your lips get. Yeah, I know. You know what I've often thought of is kind of plumping them up a little bit. Because look, when I go to the side, I have no mouth. Like my chin is so dominant that my lips get sunk in. I'm thinking about just plumping them up a little bit. I don't want you to be able to tell that they're done. I just want to look like I have a normal mouth. Now what I do is I use this brush and I will soften that line. I'll soften it on the inside, not the outside. The outside I want to be perfectly crisp and clean. And if you kind of, use your tongue to make your skin hard, I guess, you can control it more. Like, I used filler on your upper lip. No one noticed. Do it sparing. Oh, really? Did you? But you noticed, right? Gay Hispanic, I immigrant, proud American, Trump supporter, all the effing way. That's so cool, Gabriel. The funny thing is, they've done such a good job of making Hispanics or everybody else really think that only white people support him, and it's so stupid. It's like we all know. Like I went to a Blexit event in Los Angeles, and it was geared for Black and Latino people who support Trump. If people had any idea the amount of people that really supported him, they would die. It's like people really don't have a clue. Like until you go to these events, and it's the most diverse group of people ever. It's really weird. Like young people, old people, Asians, blacks, whites, Hispanics, foreigners. Like I even met like fresh Mexicans, like Mexicans who like just arrived. They were wearing capes that said Trump. It's like the media is completely lying to people, and they are in collusion with the Democrats. They are. It's so obvious. Like the things they won't show you and tell you what's going on. It's really weird. A couple hundred, I think. It depends on how much they use. We are the silent voters. Yes, it's true. And I think really, Gabriel, that's what the Democrats are afraid of. They're afraid that the Latinos would really band together and say, "Hey, yeah, we all believe this," and they don't want that. Like it's like they really think. And I'll tell you, out of all the voters, especially here in the Southwest, they really think they own the Latino vote. Like you owe it to them or something. It's like you don't owe them nothing. And the funny thing is, I think a lot of these liberals, because I was raised here, Like really the biggest culture of people that I would have been raised with are Latinos, like Mexicans specifically. And I will tell you, they are very conservative people and religious people too. So I that seems to be a face that they don't want people to see on TV, but they are very religious conservative people. And so their only trick is try to convince them. I don't know the Democrats, not shit. Their only tactic is to convince you that, oh, the Republicans are racist. Yeah, Donald Trump's a racist. Well, there's so much evidence to show he's not. I mean, but they're counting on you being stupid. And if you're not stupid, they're counting that they're hoping that you'll just follow the pack. Oh, okay, all these people like him and they claim to like me, so I don't like him. Or you know what I mean? Like they think that you owe them their respect and they owe you like to follow them. They're hoping you're stupid too. They want you to be stupid so you actually don't make your own opinions and see things for yourself. I'll be back, kitty girl. Trump just took the stage. Oh, okay. Really? I thought he was going to do it an hour later. Okay, so I've colored, kind of buffed out that line. You are right. We are actually very conservative. Yeah, I mean, they're dumb. They really don't know the people that they're really targeting their messages to.
Come on in, Roxy. Roxy, come over here. Come over here. Roxy,
And you know, it's funny
over here.
because they know the Latinos are a huge voting base. And in the future, they will be the majority voting base. Let's just say that we know that eventually is going to be the case. They're hoping to convince you that it's all about racism. Like they want to build a wall because of racism. No, because they haven't done a good job of making Latinos, I think, truly believe that it's because they're Hispanic. The reality is Africans and Russians and Asians are stopped at that border too. They don't let you in according to like how much, like, oh wait, you're Latino. No, you no, oh, you're African, you can come in. Oh, okay, you're Russian, you can come in. That doesn't happen. These people are sent home all the time. Has nothing to do with race or culture. It has everything to do with being legal. That's all it is. But they want to convince, for some reason, Hispanics and Latinos that it's all about them. No, they're just using your culture. It is, it just so happens they're on the other side of that border, but everybody's coming through that border. All right, so I did that. I get to a point in my makeup, I get kind of sick of doing it. All right, let me see. Oh, I don't know what color to do. Maybe I'll just do this kind of a. I'll just do this one. All right, let me brush this in. Yeah, I'm kind of rushing this now. Okay. That line's a little darker than I want. All right. Then what I do is I go into like my light foundation color, or the white one, if I can find it. There it is. And I just like take like my finger and I'll dip it, like just touch it, and then I'll touch on top of the center. And what it does is it makes it lighter, but it also looks like light's hitting it, and it creates more of a curvature. It just adds more dimension, and it makes them like plumper. All right. I use pencil to fill the entire lip. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I will too. On the trifecta, Trump, the dumb debates, and wait, I totally forgot. Trump, he made a rally at the time that the Democrat debates are going on. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is do my eyelashes. That's where, the whole magic happens. It is weird. The eyelashes just really kind of do everything. Okay. It really isn't my favorite thing to do is put on eyelashes, because I oftentimes like it'll be droopy, or I hate it. Really is hard to, and sometimes the eyelashes aren't perfect, and okay. One thing I do with my eyelashes, I saw this trick, somebody else did it. I put hairspray on them. Like, okay, so like you'll see this eyelash. Like, okay, so you see it's kind of spiky. I do that with, I'll spray hairspray on a hard surface, and I'll just run the tips through the hairspray, and the hair gathers and it'll make spikes. Okay. Wait, is that on now? 5:11. Yeah, it's 5:11 Pacific time right now. Okay. Now what I'll do is, okay, I'll use this. Okay, so I'm going to use like I just use anything, like a plastic surface, and I'll spray hairspray on it. Make it wet, and then get the eyelash and just sort of just dip the tips in the hairspray. I do this because I want my eyelashes to sort of gather at the tips to make spikes, but it also, if the eyelashes are so thick, you won't even see the color. Like, you won't see the glitter and all that. A lot of people just wear such thick eyelashes to where you don't even see the eyelid anymore. It's like, well, don't you? You kind of want to see the work. That's why I don't draw the black line anymore on my upper eyelid. Okay. So I'll get my glue. And I don't know what I did with my my tweezers. They really help a lot with this process. So I take my glue, I'll paint the band of it. Just do this. I'll take a brush handle tip, and I'll just like paint. Paint it on there. Let it dry a little bit. And I kind of start where the color ends of my eye, like right there. So I'll kind of try to set it there. And then I won't even follow the shape of my eye. I will attach it. Wait. Like, you see how I've like kind of went above and beyond that? Okay, okay, this isn't a great place to wait. And you want it to dry, push it down to dry. Okay, so before it completely dries, you can kind of push it back, if you want it to be bigger, or, you want to make sure you kind of push it where you want it before it completely dries. I always have a problem right there, right where it attaches to my eye, right there, for some reason. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other one. And then I'll show you how I fix that. So here's the other eyelash. Now the hardest part for me is matching the two. I hate it. There's times I'll come out looking like Sarah Sanders. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Where the eyelash is just kind of hanging there, or you know what I mean. Okay. Damn it, see, I already messed up. All right. I would imagine the smaller the lashes, the easier it is to apply. Okay, so you kind of want them to dry before you kind of go in with more makeup. That looks amazing, dang, how easy to make it look. Okay, and this particular glue dries pretty quickly. Okay, so if you can see skin under here. You just take the black and you color it. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, that's cool. Now what I'm going to do is, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do this now. I remember when I was younger, girls like colored the inside. They call it the water line. I'm going to do that, but only up to here. Okay. All right. Well, I'm pretty cool with that. Okay, and then let me see. What do I want to do? I don't really like that line to look really like what's the word I'm looking for? Severe. So I'll go back in with that darker color and I'll go over that and kind of down and I want it to look kind of smudgy and not so such a perfect line. Okay. By the way, you look treat and make, but you are a handsome man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That is absolutely not true. No one is allowed to come to the United States illegal. And a lot of shit comes through that border. Oh, completely. I know. It's awful. I never tried lashes. Mine are still long blonde, but dark brown mascara color them well. Oh, that's good. Oh my God. They are even today. I use a light reflecting pencil. Oh, that's good to do my waterline. Brings out the white. Yeah, it does. Completely. You're absolutely right. So I'm going to use this darker color that I've used and just go over the black line and a little under it. I know Mark's probably wondering, what are we going to do for dinner? There's this place by us called George's. It's just a drive-through place, but they like have really good club sandwiches and stuff. I might tell them to just go get us a sandwich. And then kind of what I think I'm going to do is add where that I've created a whole new eye line. So I might add some silver there. It will what's the word I'm looking for? It'll just add a reflective quality there, and which will make my eyes look bigger. Which I mean, I know they're already big, but you know, they can never be big enough as far as makeup is concerned. There it is. So it's just another silver shadow. Let's use it to like kind of dot in the corner there. A lot of people are really dark in this area, and if you just add a reflective quality to it, light will bounce off of it, and it won't look so dark and sunken in. Okay. All right. So I think this is where I'm going to end for you guys. Gearing up for Dem Debate. Bring in the mudsling. I love it. By the way, okay. So, well, thank you guys. Oh my God, it's been 4 hours. I have never done this for 4 hours. So, you know, Jesus, I mean, really, for some of you that stayed that long, I can't believe you stood this long, and thank you. So I had a good time. I'll post pictures. I'll do a video so you guys can see what the final look is. I'm going to do blonde. Pop on a wig. Okay, I'll do my brown one. It's the most... I'll put on a brown wig. It's the closest one I had. And it's messy, so... all right. Is it weird? You gotta like really play with the hairline of a wig. I actually really like this wig. I mean, I really gotta comb it and style it, but anyway, so I don't know. I might wear this one or my blonde one. I don't know. All right, so I'll post a video, pictures, everything on social media, and it was great, having you guys this long. And for those of you who were here just to see, how I do it, I hope you learned something. I mean, drag makeup can translate into everyday female makeup. You just do it a little lighter, little more subtle. Anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye, you guys.